And we are live. This is the first ever Flat Earth British live stream from the Archaix studio. Yes, we are all good. Let me just check my comms.
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
Got a screen, got a page on there. Anyway, double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. This is a belated flatter day because I haven't been doing any flatter days just recently because I'm in Texas land. I'm living the American dream, and it's fantastic. Oi, oi. Flat thumbs, Jason.
Hell, man.
So we're going to have a whole lot of truth. This is going to be a big, big truthy moment, okay? This is going to be a good truthy moment. This is going to be a bit of a mind splat, okay, for you all. Jason's going to show us something that he's been working on, which is, I am so grateful that he's brought it to my format to, show this. It is mind-blowing. And if you're a flat earther and you've been a flat earther for years, I'm sure you're going to find this little bit highly interesting. It's a really good discovery. And I'm going to show some plates and artifacts from antiquity. It'll all segue into the great discoveries of today. It's all going to be mind-blowing. You're going to enjoy yourself. We're going to have a little bit of fun along the way. So is the nature of Flat Earth British. And we're going to just live it large, guys. I'm going to have a lot of fun. So let me see who's here. I just noticed my son was in chat, Lawrence Liedtke. Love you, Lawrence. Miss you, son. Thanks for being there and watching my shit. There's Hippie Shake, one of the most famous moderators in Truth in History.
Oh, he's famous?
Oh, she's everywhere. She does the old linkages and, she's really good at stuff. She's a very helpful and kind person. Sherry Ives, much love to you, Sherry, baby. And Paria Builder and Therapy and Pamela Swan, who brings the love to the Flat Earth British and indeed Archaix and indeed the realm. And here's my brother here. Oh, it's Cryptic Gallows. Welcome to you, my friend. And here's my brother here, Trinity 4. I was watching you doing your activism, David, in I think it was Salisbury. You had a few awkward moments. That one guy, Richard, or whatever his name was, Mr. Know It Fucking All. Yeah, really frustrating, but I thought you pulled it off like the master that you are. Okay, yeah, that was really good. And then you had somebody to telling you oh yeah, well we're gonna see about the 7 stars in South Africa, where it just so happens you're from. It's like whoa. It's like I'm from there.
I just did a podcast with a guy in South Africa.
Did you? What was his name?
A couple hours ago.
What was his name? This guy?
Germ Warfare.
Germ Warfare. So that's why we were late. I do apologize, guys, but basically double booked. And the guy turns up for a hangout with Jason. It's kind enough to let us use the studio. So we just had to hang on for a little bit. So if you was in chat waiting, I'm guessing you've been having a chat with the gang. So it's all good.
It's all good.
It is. It's double fantastic. So I'm getting JS is giving me a double flat thumbs. Jason, Ultimate Truther Dream Team. Yeah, it's like Morecambe and Wise, isn't it? Which one? You don't know Morecambe and Wise, do you? They're like, I'm guessing, like the Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin of Britain.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
Okay.
A double act, anyway. So, Misty World, I love. It's all good. Oh, thank you. You're very patient. Intend. Oh, I love that. I love that name. Intend to leave the matrix. Indeed, once you unplug that, it's a whole new world of discovery, guys. When you're not attached to any of their negative bullshit, it's a fantastic new day. Honestly, just got to peel back them layers of deception, find out what you're all about, do that work. And there's beautiful Joe, who's my friend in Holland land. Hi, Joe Love, and Shiva Shampoo, who's always bringing the love and the high vibration to the Truther community. I don't know what time it is, wherever he is, but it's always like the middle of the night.
You got Funky Prepper. He's from your neighborhood.
Funky Prepper. Yeah, man. I know about you, bro. I seen you in Jason's chat the other day. We want to hook up, bro. I didn't even know you was one of my homies. Are you a Taffy? Are you Welsh? I don't know. But anyway, well done. I'm fucking knocking it out of the ballpark, my brother. I'm really impressed. You are gold together. Thank you for XXS. Kathleen, good to see you. Okay, you're happy. Okay. And there's Crow Rising, who is Sol. He's happy. You've got a happy errant year. 138, number 9. Okay. All present and correct, sir? Errant, 138, number 9. Okay, good. Rocket Man. Yeah, so NASA are doing a number, aren't they? They're sort of it's going mainstream now, where they're saying that there's alien shit going down, yo. So they, you know, hold on for the next absurdity, fake alien invasion on a television near you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Aliens going to knock out the infrastructure and kill the internet.
Oh, yes.
They're getting ready for whatever their move is. They're getting ready for it.
But coincidentally, during the Rona, the 2 years, they managed to like put an infrastructure in while everyone was stuck in their houses. A certain technology got installed everywhere. And moreover, they revamped, and not only in Britain, like most of the Western world, what I can see, they revamped the landline technology, new poles, these new aluminous blocks or big black things that are stuck on the posts, for God knows what, for an antiquated communication system. So the only reasoning that when they first fitted that off during Rona, so I thought to myself, well, that would be really handy in the event of, you know, EMP, you know, all the electrics taken out. And then you've got the 6-volt landline system only to rely on. Because otherwise, why would you update it? It makes zero fucking sense. So they've instilled a lot. They made a lot of road changes. They made a lot of stuff that they had all planned during that 2 years that they've instilled, which I guess we'll have to find out, yet to find out about. So there's Beth, my friend. Much love to you, lovely Bethage, who was my Texas mate who I met in Wales land. So biking, good to see you. And my son there, who's trying to get me donations to my Bitcoin on my PayPal there. And I got Bitcoin thing as well, which he's into. Tim, and there's Funky Pepper. Okay. So shortly, this will not be the longest vlog in history, like my usual 3-hour affairs, because it's been really manic and it's been really busy and there's been all sorts going on. There's Angela Baby Carson in the house. Much love to you, lovely. And Kathleen and Debbie and Diving Dutchman. Nice name, Diver. Okay. Brian, who's my Welsh brother, who I know, who's awesome. And McLovin, who's going to get a meet in London. I hope to catch up with you one day, my brother, somewhere up in London land. Could cause some trouble. I'm good at that in London. Love from Hamburg. Love Hamburg. Love that place. I've many good times on the Raper ban as a young man. I can't tell you about, don't incriminate myself or anything, but I had a really good time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a young Welsh sailor in Hamburg. Yeah, it's really good mixture. Phoenix, good to see you in the house. And Carrie and Valerie. So when a few of you have joined the chat, we're going to get stuck in with the juiceage. I've got everything that you see shared in this, I will be linking in the descriptions box and all the links concerning the meetup, okay, which is with myself and Jason, okay, and it's going to be presentations, going to be, you know, hanging out with us, huggages, and everyone getting together for what will be legendary, a literally legendary moment. There's some peeps coming to this, guys.
We're bringing a projector.
Yeah, so we're bringing a projector and we're going to do presentations. It's all going to be awesome. And that is on the 10th of June. And we've got a venue. Although today, at this moment, actually, the new venue is going to be added to the site. The venue that's on there at the moment was the previous venue we didn't actually go with, guys, because, you know, it was just not convenient. But the new venue is much, much better. And that is going to be in the meets. For the link you see below my descriptions box, if you click it for meets. And if you want to come and meet Jason and myself, and, you know, join the higher vibration experience and this whole, you know, paradigm shattering thing that you are witnessing, come, because like, I think at this stage of the game, you know, I think academia's falling on its ass. I think we just discovered between us both, the information between us both, you know, we probably know more than, you know, they do at this stage. It must be quite embarrassing for them.
Well, I'm convinced that they're following an itinerary. They know all the evidence that's been uncovered that proves that the official narratives are bullshit, and yet they still push them.
Yeah, exactly that. Simplicity, good to see you, my friends. Right, now we're going to start here. I'm going to share screen. And this is something that Jason was working on this morning. As a flat earther, it blew my mind, you know, because I hadn't made this correlation before. But I'm sure Jason is going to be happy to explain it to us.
Sure.
And we are grateful for you bringing this onto our format, because this is special stuff, as I'm sure all of you will soon agree. Let me just share screen a second. So there's an image that Jason's been working on this morning. Was it today?
Well, actually, this was done months ago. I
it?
just found it in my files and showed it to you.
Okay.
Because it concerns a video we did together last week.
Okay.
The 1871 cyclical flood theory.
Yeah.
The one we did in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's where it came, where it was born, sort of thing. So there we go. We got an azimuthal equidistant flat Earth map. Jason, would you like to
sure
explain, please?
Sure. Check this out, guys. First of all, can you confirm in the chat that you can see this image without obstruction? That's on my computer. So let me move. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, I can see it. All right. I don't know the OBS system like he does. That's what I got Matt for. All right. So last week, Martin and I, sitting at the kitchen table, we did a presentation. I actually did the presentation that he offered throughout the video. It was a book from 1871 where a scientist was basically providing evidence of a theory that not only completely disproves the ice ages, but also shows a whole nother mechanism to explain the world we have now. And on a globe model, this man's theory is, it's somewhat impressive. But on a flat Earth model, it makes absolutely sense of what this man uncovered about the distribution of fossils and how the ocean works. So
is your picture when you're talking showing up? Because I can share like both myself and you on the share screen, if that makes sense. Because you might be just the picture showing and not yourself.
No, I don't need them. Oh, okay. Okay. They're not even seeing me. They're seeing the picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. So let me go into this picture, guys. So this 1871 research this scientist showed that the distribution of ruinous architecture, fossils, human skeletons, geographical features shows that these massive cyclical tidal waves come from the perimeter of our world. This flat Earth map you see, it seems like all the waters on the outside come rushing in and they meet at the pole in the center of the map. They do all this destruction in this circle of destruction area, and then the waters recede back to their perimeter, which in the flat Earth concept is an ice wall, right? Mm. So he shows that this is a cycle, and it happens repetitively every 5, 6, or 7,000 years. And that was interesting to me. But it made me remember some other research I had done that I didn't know what to conclude of it. I just shelved it. But this chart you're looking at was drawn by me because, like you see at the top, it talks about the entire story of the Anunnaki. This is a major narrative promoted by Zecharia Sitchin and a lot of YouTube channels. And on my own channel, I have shown that there were just bearded Caucasians that had technological achievements that the locals did not have. This was a cargo cult phenomenon type of invasion. And it's not supernatural. They're not space aliens. They didn't come from other planets like Nibiru and then land and drop ships and capital ships among a bunch of primitive Neolithic people. That's the Zecharia Sitchin version is false, and it can be shown to be false in the actual Sumerian records. What we really had was a vapor canopy world with giant animals, giant insects, and even large people. And one civilization was technologically advanced while others were still very primitive, living animalistic lifestyles. Now, the interesting thing is as shown on this map, you will see a ring. What is that, orange? Is that an orange ring?
Oh, this green.
Is it green? Okay,
yeah.
Green. I'm colorblind still.
Yeah.
So this green ring right here shows that we don't have anything on the surface world that shows high antiquity. Inside this ring, everything has been destroyed. Inside this ring, we have tortured landscapes, valleys, rifts. We have even in the ocean, we have great trenches. In this ring, we've got all this evidence of massive destructions with almost nothing on the surface that's 3, 4, 5,000 years old of human provenance. However, at 40 to 200 foot depth, all within this ring, we find all kinds of evidence of cities. Oil companies are reporting them. David Hatcher Childress' books show them. Barry Fell, America BC. The Source Book Project books are fantastic and absolutely filled with William Corliss's basically his collections of scientific reports of all the things that have been found at great depth in Europe in North America and all around Siberia. We also have this in this ring. We also have all the frozen. We're talking about tens of millions of frozen sloths, saber-toothed tigers, woolly rhinoceros, woolly mammoths, mastodons. All this megafauna has been found in the permafrost. And even today in Siberia, these hulks are defrosted and turned around and fed to their sled dogs. The ivory today is still beautiful and still harvested and still sold on the world's markets. This is all this inside this circle, all this tundra area, all the way down to the edge of this green circle's destruction. However, outside of this ring of destruction, we have all the pyramid cities. We have all the ancient civilizations that left us, the Sumerian cities, Akkadian, Harappan cities, the Mohenjo-Daro, Angkor Wat, the Xi'an district of China. We have the Giza complex. We have Jordan, Syria, Aram. We have Saudi Arabia, especially the technolithic precision that we find in Oaxia among the Olmecs and the Aymara of South America. You can see to the left of the chart, all the pyramid cities, they're all outside this ring, because they're all within the last 4,000 years or so since this last mega destruction that occurred at that time. So what I'm looking at here, and you have to understand, I'm a simulationist. I've never claimed to be a flat earther, but a flat earth map actually answers for a whole bunch of the Archaix anomalies that I have not been able to make sense of. These cycles, this is profound. It answers the enigma as to why on the inner circle, all evidence of human antiquity, of architecture, even ships. If you guys don't know this, on my channel, I have a video that shows 3 different wooden ships that have been found underneath mountains. Other ships that have been found in the Death Valley outside of California. We got another ship found in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Yes, these are ocean beds, former ocean beds, but the mysteries of the great depths of all human architecture and human remains in the inner circle of destruction is answered for. But on the outside, all the ancient human stuff is on the surface, right where we find it. Right where we find it, 10 feet of topsoil on top of Sumerian, Akkadian, and Elamite cities. So anyway, this is what we wanted to present, because it answers that the terminus of this circle. What you're looking at is the survivors of this destruction inside this circle. They left. There was no reason to stay. So migrating groups of colonies of survivors after this cataclysm moved to the perimeter of this circle. And this is where we find all these ancient civilizations. This is where we find the survivors of that cataclysm built Sumer, Akkad, Elam, Urartu. Every bit of this is on the outside of that circle. They built Egypt. They built Central America, all the Central American and South American civilizations. They couldn't survive where they were at. And this is why for thousands of years, all the historical classical civilizations were on this circle, on or outside this circle, not inside it, which were relatively barren until recent times. So this answers for us this anomaly, this collapse of the vapor canopy, which we call the day the sky fell, the great flood. It introduces this mystery of who the Sumerians were. They called themselves the black-headed people, but they venerated the Anuna. And the Anuna are always shown as lapis lazuli-eyed, round-eyed, with long beards and very tall. So we have a dark-haired, dark-eyed, hairless human population who venerated a very tall, blue-eyed, Caucasian civilization. The Anuna and Anunnaki story is not aliens visiting Earth. It is technologically advanced Caucasians entering a non-Caucasian world, because the Caucasians came from the inside of the circle. and they had to survive. So they moved into the area of the black-headed people, and the black-headed people recorded them. This is a cargo cult story, and Martin has found a lot of his own evidence. When we were discussing these things, light bulbs were going off, and I was seeing that the flat earth map really did answer for this distribution of anomalies. But Martin started showing me a lot of things. Let's just go live. Don't even talk to me about it. I don't even want to hear anymore.
Best
Just educate me during a live. Let's just go live on your channel and show this, because this is blowing my mind. He found a lot of stuff tucked away in his own files that comports with vapor canopy. And like the video I released yesterday showing giant insects and giant reptiles and giant reptiles. And this is what they feared. This is what was going on in the pre-flood world. Humans weren't fighting each other. They were surviving against life forms that were growing to huge sizes because of ambient radiation from volcanoes, increased atmospheric pressure, and a world called the dark purple light, when all these animals and plants grew to huge sizes. It was still right here, this flat earth world, but this huge sand bank we see. Look, you even mentioned that.
Yeah, I know. It's just uncanny. You know, it's almost on the line.
Look at the sand bank of deserts that curves along with this perfect circle right here of destruction. That right there is all former ocean bed during the vapor canopy. It drained out and the waters had dispersed. So yeah, Martin, take the floor, man. Show us what you found.
Well, I find it interesting in modern days, they seem to be doing a migration where everybody is going to the middle bit. You know, everyone from these hotter countries.
In modern days, yeah. Now everybody's going to the northern hemisphere, yeah.
See?
But in the ancient times, they was just the opposite.
Yeah.
They were trying to get the hell out of the north.
Well, don't it make sense? Doesn't that make perfect sense, though? And, you know, this blew my mind, but I went searching then, guys, for evidence of artifacts. I looked into Sumer, okay, because basically the first written language, cuneiform, etc. But what they are showing really supports vapor canopy. If I just go through this and show you now. Now, you can see this as a thumbnail. This came from a Charles Hapgood book that Jason was kind enough to lend me. And it's an unbelievable site that they don't tell you about. But what is shown is, well, megafauna, giant beasties, giant birds like this. We'll see some more evidence for this along the way, being lifted up by humans. So the sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere. I tried to run from my destruction. You know, I didn't even care.
Yep. Good song.
Yeah. Somebody give them lyrics, that's for sure. So is Sesame Street trying to tell us something with Big Bird?
Big Bird. Oh, man.
Big Bird.
Not Big Bird.
I definitely think that's the case.
Do you have a picture of Big Bird?
I haven't. I should have loaded up.
Oh, you should have got one.
For the younger viewers, but I'm guessing that most people know what Big Bird and Snuffleupagus look like. And Snuffleupagus is like a mammoth thing that doesn't fit with reality.
Right.
So I'm just going to run down. They say Sumer's what, 4,000+ AD, don't they?
Yes.
So
BC.
BC. So it's located in southern Mesopotamia on the Euphrates and the Tigris. And I'm guessing most of you seen, you know, a lot of the artifacts that we have shown on Flat Earth British before. But here they are, the black-headed ones, as they are regarded, and advanced language, cuneiform. And this is their language, which apparently Zachariah Stitchin can decipher.
There was some he could, but there are Sumerologists that do not like his translation.
Well, I seen this woman in the British University, in the British Museum, and she completely discredited him and said that, you know, I'm literally fluent in cuneiform, and he's, you know, she just disputed it. But that was on a mainstream history documentary,
right.
So these tablets here, you know, it's just high-level freakiness. We're going to see what looks like modern technology or just technology full stop. Giants and sort of strange humanoids. It's like, what the hell are they? I don't know.
Hey, those are, they got
them eyes.
Those are the Lugalum.
Yeah.
Do you see this right here?
We talked about that the other night.
Yes.
These, you know, these elliptical eyes that are overpronounced.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
And that's sort of a vapor canopy trait, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Do you see this big guy here?
Yeah.
Sitting on the chair?
Yeah.
Sitting on the chair. He's still twice the size of these other ones. In Sumerian, Samuel Noah Kramer wrote about these. He said in Sumerian culture, these were called the Lugals. The Lugalim were from a previous generation. And it's when humans grew to bigger sizes.
Oh.
Yeah, they called themselves. You know what they were literally called by the Sumerians?
No.
Big brothers.
Haha.
They're giants.
Yeah.
They were called big brothers.
Wow.
It's called Lugalum.
Lugulums. What? There's 2 feet that this Lugulum's got, but if you notice, there's another leg.
Yes, there is. I see it.
Yeah, so I wonder what that's about.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's strange. Got 3 legs. Anyway. And there's a ziggurat, the White Temple one, not the ziggurat at Ur, but it is from the Unna, as you talk about quite a bit, and that looks like it's been blitzed off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
But just again, outside that circle, just again, you know, it must,
Yep.
you know, the distances are not even that far. And that's, I guess, what it looked like under the, you know, what they promote, you know, what they say it looks like under all of that.
Oh, that's a Warka. Yeah, I know where that's at.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's Warka. That's
Okay. There's your Sumerians there.
You see the overpronounced eyes?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
This is
check
what
this.
I'm finding this a lot, though.
Listen,
it's like, who's got eyes like that in reality? They're
Yeah,
just like...
Well, check this out. I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I have a video showing many pictures, Sumerian pictures on my channel, where I show that Asiatics, Orientals, when they draw, even in the statues, even Asian statues of
Yeah.
Caucasian people,
Yeah.
the eyes are always gigantic and huge. Just like when Westerners try to draw Oriental people have the epicanthic fold, but instead of drawing almond-shaped eyes, white people always do slits for Asians. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've done it myself.
We always over accentuate
Okay.
the characters. That's just a white guy.
Okay,
That's
is.
why they did the eyes that way.
Yeah, massive blue eyes. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
The statues in Sumerian, they use lapis lazuli, which is a semi-precious
I know
stone,
it's
which is
beautiful.
blue.
Yeah.
And they always were very careful to put the blue eyes in their statues.
Yeah, I've got images of them masks, them ones of them, you know, them head figurines that you talk about. So yeah, I feel that there's megafauna going on with most of this, and that's apparently a golden helmet. Wow, from the first dynasty of Ur, and it's like how they found in that. Look at the detail on it.
It's amazing.
It's just absolutely fantastic. You know, the gold work from antiquity. It just blows your mind to think how they got this together. Never
1,000
mind.
years later, they couldn't even do that.
Yeah, no, they can't. Not the intricacy. There's a famous hoard in Britain called the Sutton Hoo hoard, which is apparently the only evidence they got the Saxons even came to Britain. But unbelievable. The golden talks, all sort of Celtic banding, but in, you know, really high detail. Oh, that's an interesting. Looks a little bit like a sage or a monk.
Oh, that's Gudea.
Gudea.
That's Gudea. Yeah, I'm familiar with. Yeah, see Gudea of Lagash.
Yeah, is their god? Is it or?
He was a king of the city of Lagash, but a lot of the kings back then claimed to be of demigod parentage.
Okay, because he looks a bit transcendental there, the way he's holding his hands.
Yeah,
in that meditative state.
Yeah, he's Asiatic. This is not
Oh,
Caucasian guy.
Okay.
In Sumer they will always show the Caucasians with these big long beards. Always show them with the long beards.
Yeah, well, what do you make of him then? You know, that's a curious hat for where they're supposed to be from. Why would they need that sort of hat? That looks like a warm hat.
Yeah, it very well could be. I mean, look at the nose.
Yeah, well, that's the
nose is aquiline.
We call that the Phoenician nose, because what they haven't got, okay, is the bridge.
Right.
And there's an idea out there which I've been saying about. It's apparently when you're born, the doctor will press the bridge of your nose in. And the reason being is it retards the oxygen flow to your brain. So that you become a little bit retarded. Yeah. And it hasn't happened to these. They haven't had the bridge pinched in.
Okay.
It's soft. They only got to give it a little touch when you're a baby and the bones are soft.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And they do it when they like sort of pull you out, you know, as part of their weird thing. And then they take some blood and then they inject, you know, I don't know what the birth process is in, but it's very, very strange.
Sarcastic Warlock made a very true comment that I agree with.
Yeah.
Right here. The Book of Enoch is propaganda against these bearded men who descended from the north in the pattern of the swastika. It's a war that has never ended, but only one side remembers. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think this spiritual battle is going on right as we speak in the background, guys. I don't think it ever abates. I think that we're just like, you know, doing our bit in the 3D manifestation while all of that is happening, you know, in the overworld or wherever the consciousness resides, wherever we truly reside, because this is not it. So that's an interesting bit of headway. It looks like some technology, you know, these things reaching into the sky and these flowers. So what we're going to do now is I'll just give you a little rundown on what Sumer is. And we're going to look at some artifacts that were in the Louvre in the late 1800s, which is always good with their early photographs, guys, because you find some good cluage. And this is from a Gallica. And they're going to show definitely some supporting evidence for vapor canopy, because but a high strangeness. You know, you're going to wonder what the hell we're looking at. Some of it looks like electromagnetic technology. These are from plates, artifacts, and some bas reliefs and unusual creatures. It's hard to even imagine what's going on. So let me have a little scoot down onto this picture and we'll examine these artifacts. So we got these panels are showing a waveform, which I find interesting because a waveform's like, you know, something you get on an oscilloscope, but there it is. Waveforms, there's no doubt about it, on a panel, which I find super interesting.
Well, to me, you're looking at a waveform with an interference pattern.
Waveform with an interference pattern.
Look at it.
It is.
That one line's an interference pattern.
It is. So that sort of things that they got some sort of advanced knowledge. But, you know, they had coinage, apparently. Don't know what's going on there, but it looks like comets.
Isn't that strange, the coins? Because numismatics claims that coins don't go back that far. They're not that old.
Yeah, well, I found a really interesting artifact in a photograph of a Roman coin, which actually showed the Tower of London behind the Roman Emperor.
What?
Yeah. It was there, and it's supposed to be attributed to like the Normans like 1,000 years later, but there is a Roman emperor with the Tower of London behind him. Yeah, I think it was Constantine, the Christian one. Yeah,
Constantine the
Great,
the invented emperor, according to the phantom time theory.
Yeah, and also they say that he had UFO intervention. They say that also a similar narrative to George Washington. Before his battles, he was visited by apparently, you know, whatever.
I still have a problem with the George Washington narrative because I just don't believe a square business dude's going to be wearing a wig all the time.
Well, he wasn't actually the first president of America either, but they promoted it as such. And he wasn't even American because he was a Brit. And 100% a Freemason. Not that that makes any difference, but he was. And part of that first, you know, controlling mechanism.
Hey, can I answer this question real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Universal Magic says, what about the Bajanin pyramids, lad? The problem with the Bajan pyramids.
Well, Wise Up says they're bullshit.
Well, there are many people that say there's bullshit, but the size of the Bajan pyramids, let's assume that they are pyramidal. Well, I'm going to tell you now that the terraforming, taking a granite mountain and carving it into the form of a pyramid is not a pyramid. You just terraformed it. It's just terraforming. It's not actual construction. So that's my argument against the Bajan pyramids. There are many professionals that have visited the sites and say there's no pyramid here. So I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't looked at it. But the size that's been conveyed to me of the Bajan pyramids automatically completely annuls a construction. It would have to be like the Chinese do, the feng shui, where they shape the landscape.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a pyramid.
No, man. Well, it's just pushed too much by mainstream media for me to be believing. If it's that much of a secret, why is it all over the History Channel? Yeah. It's great, and it's just
I can believe that it was shaped hills. You know what I mean? Shaped,
yeah,
but
sure.
They're too big. So.
Earthworks, they're called. We got them in
Earthworks.
Where I live.
Yeah, we got earthworks in Ohio Valley and Mississippi Valley, right here,
sure.
Amongst Mound and all that, Cahokia.
So it looks like animals outside some sort of door there.
Is that a pyramid? The door?
Well, we do see a lot of pyramids, which will show up in a minute, which they seem to be venerating. It's just like, what are these animals all around this center thing with that wire above? That looks like it's some sort of, I don't know, resonator. It's difficult to say. But it looks like tech and looks nothing to do with farming. Okay. Not that they were supposed to be doing all of that. That's supposed to come on later. Okay. What we got here? So they're pretty hard to decode and determine. But these are our earliest voice of the past. So they're large birds. What kind of birds are they? So that's birds, maybe nets to catch birds. Okay, let's move on. Again, you see this like center thing looks like a tree, and these two things like, you know, creatures or what have you, going towards it either side. You're going to see a few things like that. Anything to do with Sumer. You know, there's some images out there of Inky standing by what looks like some sort of resonator. Have you ever seen that image? Looks like an ankh, you know, the Egyptian ankh.
Right.
So I don't know what these creatures are with the elongated necks that are intertwined, but they definitely look like, you know, them creatures that you were talking about. Can you see them?
Yep, they look like some of the animals that are in the Akambaro collection.
Yes, because they're not like anything we got in the modern day, are they? So let's just have a look at these. Difficult to determine what they are. Okay, but we are looking at, you know, the earliest voice of our past, apparently, Babylon, Sumer, etc. And there are plenty of remains. Apparently, you know, the first thing they did when they, you know, apparently went into Iraq is went into the Baghdad Museum. And apparently they took a load of Sumer remnants. And then the next thing you know, you see people smashing up Sumer with sledgehammers. You know, like they really wanted to get rid of it. They're unusual. What the hell is with them? They got bird heads.
Yeah, we'll see. The Akambaro had the lizard head people, and that could be that birds and lizards are pretty much identifiable.
They are, but that's not humanoid. Okay, that is not humanoid. Look at this weird stuff going down, and it seems to be a winged being in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Which would be like a cyclops. Is that an eye?
Oh, I can give it. Yeah, it's an eye, and they've only got like, you know, I'm thinking more in line with angels.
Watchers being
Watchers.
giant eyes.
Yeah. So we got two beasts wrecking another beast. Oh, let's have a look here. This is a weird one. But strange sort of beasts that I can't really make out. None of this is anything to do with our timeline, you know? And that, well, they may be horses. Okay, let's move on to some humanoidy
Some
stuff.
interesting star symbols.
Well, they're all there
in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be something coming from the sky. This animal seems to be attacking this humanoid who's got like this elliptical head or lizard head going on. Not a human head.
Well, you know what? Look, we're just looking at pictures and doing thought construct associations. And we see patterns, and we see that the Sumerians did understand that some of these larger creatures that are like in the Akambaro deal did existed. But if this was Graham Hancock doing this presentation, he might look at one of these and he might say, "Oh, this right here, you see that guy right there? He's an Atlantean in like 9,500 BC. He survived, and then he took his horses with him, and everything this bastard says, the mainstream is going to run with it. And Joe Rogan's going to sit there nodding his head. Yeah, man. Yeah. And all that happened.
Yeah, sky clapper.
Crap.
Just believe anything he says.
Crap.
Because he's got, you know, the academia credibility behind him, apparently. I mean, you can just say these things and they'll go with it. That's unusual. These King Sure with these, or whatever they are, with the long white beards that you talked about and these strange hats. What are they?
So these are, okay, look, see the guy on the left?
Yeah.
All right, there's a beard. That's a beard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a beard and long hair that's got some type of ornamentation in it. These guys are like knights, but they're not on horses. They're on griffins.
They're on griffins.
Or on lions.
Wow.
They're on griffins.
Wow.
This is a beak. These creatures have beaks.
They have beaks. But they do look griffin-like, I gotta be honest. Yes. That's a wow.
There's an ibex at the bottom of that one right there.
Oh, where?
On the bottom right.
Oh, yeah, so there is.
They got
Sumerian
art has a lot of extinct animal life forms.
What is that? So they're bearded chaps, they're naked, and they are what? With them creatures or whatever, they're goats.
Okay, these guys here are
that is
remember the Sumerians venerated the bearded ones.
Yeah.
They called them Anuna. And it looks like the Anuna were huge because look, they're sitting here handling these bulls. Those are bulls.
They're bulls,
but they're extinct. Look at the horns.
Yeah, I know.
Those are the old like not yaks, but they're called ibex or something.
Ibex, yeah. No. So they're huge.
Yeah, they're extinct. So this is what you see with Gilgamesh and Enkidu. They're wrestling these bulls. A normal human today cannot wrestle.
Well, Gilgamesh fought a lion, didn't he? Or he had a pet lion in his hand all the time.
They show him holding bulls.
Yeah, they do.
So
I've seen that.
During the vapor canopy, remember, humans grew huge. Those who had long exposure to it.
Okay, but it seems to be putting baskets over these creatures' heads there.
Mm-hmm.
And
doing something.
Oh, that's very crude, but considering the time scale. Well, there's some strange elongated heads again, and these ones again, strange elongated, and every single one there seems to be two people doing something with
another one. Yeah,
yeah, or creatures.
It's like either like the Anuna or the Agigi are building creatures.
That is interesting. You should say that. Imagine if they took DNA out of little bits of everybody, and
that's what the stories say. The Mayan Popol Vuh is a
I've looked through it.
Mayan
Papa, yeah.
It says that
It's mind blowing.
It says the gods took different pieces of animals and they built a human race, and they were dissatisfied.
Is that what they say?
So then they took plants and wood and built a human race, and they didn't like that one either.
Wow.
So then they took pieces of themselves and then pieces of humans, different humans from former groups, and they built. And each time they tried to build a race that would serve the gods, and each time the race rebelled.
Fucking hell. That makes so much sense, because you can see animal attributations in everyone. They do tell us in the center of our mind we got the R complex, which is the first, but they're going on even evolutionary ideas.
Yeah, I think a lot of human DNA is basically, humans might be, according to the old alchemists, humans are the epitome of the entire macrocosm, meaning we are made up. We are made up of every living creature on the planet, every mineral on the planet, and even of the stuff of stars. Humans are supposed to be made up of everything.
Stardust.
Of everything.
Yeah, apparently. Born in the hearts of stars. So it looks like animals, actually, strange animals, couldn't even tell you what they are, but they seem to be eating one of these people. It actually looks like carnage. It doesn't look like a peaceful state. Again, it's animals, large animals with... Oh, he's got horns like a Viking. That's interesting. And they're slitting that animal's throat. So there's a lot of carnage going down.
He got horns like a Viking, but look where he got him from. This animal's got the exact same horns right here.
Oh, shit, yeah.
In the same picture.
Oh, yeah.
In the same picture. On the far right,
yeah,
that animal has the same horns.
And there seem to be littler people in between. Who's this little guy?
That, you know what? That's a really good point, because we're dealing with, look, these are bearded guys who are wrestling these animals.
Yeah.
And this guy here, look, this guy here who has horns on his head is the only one wrestling an animal who does not have horns. The other two who do not have horns are wrestling animals that have horns. So this is how they're getting their horns.
Wow, yeah.
Taking them from these animals. This guy in the center is actual normal size human. He's in full dress.
Yeah, and they do this because obviously a human couldn't be dealing with huge beasties.
Yeah,
of such
ordinary men were not going to be handling those animals like that.
So what we got? Yeah, something winged. God, these are so crude. But like I said,
I mean, it's nothing. We're not talking about anything that's impossible, right? In the United States, in Ohio, Mississippi Valley, from the 1870s to 1920s, Smithsonian Institute well, it's called institution now, but they removed several 8.5 foot to 9 foot tall skeletons from the Ohio Valley that were in the mounds of the mound builder civilization. Yeah. They put them on a ship. They got sued for it.
That's mind blowing.
They put all the skeletons on a ship and then scuttled the ship out in the Atlantic.
And they're gone forever.
Yeah.
That's a spooky looking one where you just see their faces like coming out of.
Okay, now that is spooky. Why would this be like this? Is this something that was in the middle of being made and then never got fire kilned? Because that's a really detailed face right there.
That's what I'm trying to say. But that is like, almost like they're sticking out of something. The faces, everything's back except for a few prominents. Maybe it's just maybe water damage or something. But
something
uncanny. That is really spooky. Okay. So more wrestling. Look at that face on this one. With the horns. That is so non-human. Wow. And again, wrestling big beasties. They're huge. Okay, let's see if we can go. Something with wings. And I'm guessing that's knives and, gutting these animals. So Gilgamesh and Enkidu. That's Gilgamesh.
Why am I stuck on the screen right here? This is the old screen you had on there. Why can't I refresh? I'm not seeing nothing.
Oh, dear. I think I am scrolling through. I can't really check.
Are they seeing your pictures? Yeah, because I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. You moved on.
There
you moved
on.
All right.
Yeah, I just refreshed. Okay. So it starts to get a little bit interesting to get further on. There seems to be some battles. But what is going on with these techie bit things? I'm going to show you in a minute. It's like Tesla tech. It's it's weird to think that someone in all that far off distant time spent the effort to try and chisel these out and give us a view of what they're looking at.
Oh yeah. I know they have all kinds of X-ray shit that could really bring clarity to this.
Well, that one is higher definition. Look at that one. So we got some guy the same size as a standing up horse. What is the chances of that? Because a horse is massive. And a guy who looks like he's half a horse, and it's these bearded ones, and this one's half a horse as well. So that's really weird. Again, suggesting like DNA splicing with creatures. Yeah.
Well, this is a subject matter of the Book of Jasher and the books of Enoch, talking about the mixing of one animal species with another.
Huh.
This was something that was done before the flood.
Before the flood.
Which makes sense, because all the evidence I've found is the civilization before the flood was technologically advanced, and we've been trying to attain that state ever since and have not.
Well, these look insectoid, these creatures. Look at the head on that.
Yeah.
That's no creature, is it? I don't know. It's difficult to determine. Something weird, like I think that's a lion biting into something else, but I don't recognize any of these animals. Not really. It's all like freaky. Look at the shapes on the bodies of these things. Exactly like what we were looking at the other day with them elongated eyes.
Yep.
And them same spots as well that I had all over that figurine.
Between the Ubaid, because the Ubaid culture was before Sumer.
Right.
But there was overlap. During the time of the Sumerians, some of the Ubaid still lived.
Oh, right.
So, and this is overlap with the Acambaro, Mexico artifacts.
Oh, let's scoot through. There's not that many left. And okay, these are from cylinders. This is might be something to do with stars. I don't know. Could be Braille. maybe it was Braille. Maybe you could read cuneiform with your eyes closed. Maybe they were all blind. Whoa.
That one's eating. That one is eating and taking a bite out of that, man.
Yeah. You're a little bit behind on pictures, but look at that one.
Yeah, that's insects.
Yeah, well, that's giant spiders.
Giant insects.
So why these
those
entities,
are women.
Okay, yeah. And they're like sort of getting a radiance off of a pyramid with two dots above it.
Amazing.
What the hell? Also, this thing here looks like, a Vajra or two opposing Tauruses or a sprite in the sky. It definitely sings of electromagnetics.
Yeah. In the form of an ant.
In the form of an ant. Indeed. And there's that pyramid again with the two dots. 3 dots there. And not sure there, but again, they look like little poos. I don't know. Let's have a look. Okay, that's really unusual. Right, what we got here is we have to walk and wave a branch of some sort. I couldn't even tell you, is that even wheat? I don't know.
But pine cones.
It could be pine cones, but some of their plants are worshipped, so to speak, venerated, and plays a big role in their life. These are all like weird elongated heads as well. All of them. Every one of them have got a triangle shaped head on that one there.
Wow.
Every one of them. What the hell? Holy crap. So, thank you, Luv. But these are from 1874 or later. And as I said, these probably are not on exhibition anymore. They have got a big Sumer exhibition in the Louvre, but you're not going to be able to do that because I don't think it's open anymore. So, so what is that? Giant bees or giant insects? Size of is that what we're looking at? Why am I seeing like bees? I don't know.
Let me see that.
I don't know.
My screen ain't caught up. I don't think
you need to scroll on a little bit, maybe on your watch page.
Oh, so that right there increases that?
Yeah. You're just images or two behind. There. What you make of that?
Yeah.
That is odd. Okay, then you caught up.
That's weird.
Yeah. Just lagging behind a bit. But I'm streaming it, so you might get it a little bit later.
Yeah.
If you know, if that makes sense. Oh, so is that boat? Is that anything to do with shipping? Yeah, there is. There's a guy in a boat. So that's the first I've seen of that. This thing looks bloody hell. Look at that. With the spikes coming out of the side.
Yeah, man. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? I know. Everything is non-humanoid.
I think it's monstrous.
Except for them bearded chaps, and they don't look right either. So that is freaky. Wow. Okay. So there's some Suma King. So that's probably inky. I don't know what they are underneath. These birds are really weird as well. Oh my God, look at them. Oh my God, what are they? They're like bird heads, like you say, lizard heads. Everything is just... And that. It's probably kind of
identical. It looks like somebody tried to deliberately destroy this, that this was a boat.
Yeah, and half the boat's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get back to that. I'll show you. Yeah, half the boat's missing. And there seems to be another half to it. But yeah, the middle bit's all messed up. Yeah, I didn't notice that. It's all wrecked and bubbled. Also on this side as well, there's damage. But, you know, they've been under the ground. Something's bound to have happened. They're supposed to be in there all that time. But look at that. This is why I can't identify the fauna. It's because it's from that era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't really identify any of these people, things, or any of anything. It's like the Voynich manuscript. It's like them. They're not humanoid. Or them. Well, they're spooky. It is all spooky. And look at these. What's the headdresses on them? They look like the blooming Hopi Indians. They look like they got aerials on their heads. There's a big star in the background. And this thing that he's hanging on to with balls. I wonder if that's to give him some sort of charge or something. Okay. Oh, they got a bit of sword thing. Another strange king. Elongated head. And what is this? Wow, look at that one. What has he got on his head? And why has this guy got like a massive long spidey arm? He's like a praying mantis. And he's touching this thing on this guy's head. And he's touching the stick.
Mm-hmm.
And this, there might be children, but if they were, Jesus, they're small. Oh, that looks like tech. He's got tech there in his hand. And this one is half bull, half human.
Yeah. Like
the Greek centuria, same thing. So they have cryptids as well. Wow. Is there any more there? Okay, that's acquisitions. Suma and a card. Okay, let's move on. There's not too many images left. So please share this out if you would, guys. I'm going to come back in a little while before I share any more. Like I said, it's not going to be the longest vlog in history. It's not going to be one of my 3-hour epics. Although I will be back in the near future. Okay.
You got over 1,000 people in the chat.
Have I really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks for all being here, guys. Sending my love out to you. And thank you for being here, bringing your vibration up. And, you know, not taking notice of all of the bullshit that goes on in the world. Because it's all wank, guys. Don't even bother. Don't even go there. Okay? Just live your life. Live in the now and enjoy yourself. In fact, with British chat from Archaix Studio. Yeah. Ooh, I could crush a grape.
Yeah.
What do you think they're doing? Because they seem to be like, are they wings or are they emanating something from them? It's really, but they're going to a king, aren't they?
It is pretty interesting.
Yeah, and they seem to have these things. Yeah, he's offering him some sort of scepter.
That's some energy emanating type.
Well,
stuff
yeah,
there.
and you can sort of see the energy as well, can you? Emanating from these, and these two seem to be bringing these two who are different in to meet the king. If that makes sense. Okay, what we got here? Oh, that is freaky. That's what we got going on here. Again, with these emanating rains, she's got a ring in her hand. Oh, that's to do with electromagnetics, maybe. A ring, a circular ring will resonate if you tap it for ages, like a tuning fork. As long as you don't touch it, of course. So, what the hell is going on with this? So we got some interesting symbols. What looks like the hourglass. What looks like a star attached to a plumb ball.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that?
So weird.
and what looks like a ship on his head. But again, it looks like they got technology and they got like glowy bits coming out of them. That one's a bit worn. They're bringing in a bird man for interrogation. Looks like he's got bird bits. Look at the face on that one.
Yeah, it's a long beard. That's a Viking, like
it's Viking, but again, it looks like he's got many arms, like Krishna. You know, it's like yeah,
100%. You're right. Those are arms.
They're arms, just like with Krishna. You can see the hands on them. Oh, that's interesting. No, Krishna was blue, and you know, I get the underworlds. You know, the Naga, for example.
Wasn't it Shiva that had like 7 arms? Or
yeah. And Naga came from the underworld, was a god of the underworld, and came up through a portal, the Naga, and that was a serpent in their faith. So there's a lot of overlaps. Oh my God. Going on here. It's so freaky, this evidence. So they look like bells on tops of sticks. There's a lot of planetary stuff, or star stuff going on in the background, and these look like bird heads. In fact, he's got like a nose like a bird, which is really weird. Maybe there's some truth. You know, we got a saying in Britain, if you're a hard workman, yeah, they call you a dog's body.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're trying to tell us something. Yeah.
The ships on the heads is interesting to me because of that. I mean, a lot of times they make them try to look like horns. And later on, we do know that the horns were also emblematic of lunar culture, lunar goddess venerating, because the horns on the moon is considered to be horned. The crescent moon.
Yeah.
So like
you got, I get that. Yeah.
You got ancient cities like Ashtaroth, Carnatum.
Check that up, brother. That's mind blowing. What the fuck are they? And there's someone riding them.
Yeah.
That's like them things in
Griffins. Yeah.
I don't know, like them things in Avatar. You know, they're riding on a back. He's got 2 look like serpents there. And they're like giant insects, maybe.
It's crazy.
No, man, they're riding them, man. They're flying them. They're flying around on critters. And they're small compared to the guys, and a giant compared to them. Holy shit, man. That's amazing. Okay. You never know what you're going to discover when you look through artifacts, that's for sure. This is what academia does, only with less effort. Okay. So it seems to be something to do with the stars there.
Wait a minute. That's a Naga.
A Naga?
He's bearded.
And the Naga comes through a portal.
He's got the ding gear.
And he's got the serpent tail.
There's the serpent body.
There's a lot of foldovers with the Hindu story then. That's mind blowing.
That's a Sumerian seal showing a Naga.
They're not giant insects then, are they? That they're riding.
Oh, they sure look to be giant insects to me.
And look at this cat here. What the hell is that? And what are any of them? This one's half insect, half humanoid. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy stuff.
Of course, a lot of that is creative license, but there's also real tangible messages that are being conveyed. There's no doubt.
I guess so. But we haven't, you know, I think we're just, you know, we're as clued up as what they do. They only like sort of decode the same as us.
Check this out. We take it into context. This is not the artwork of a people that lived in urban settings and cities that we imagine today.
Yeah.
This is the artwork of a people like the vapor canopy civilizations when they were exposed to these giant insectoid forms, giant amphibians, reptiles, megafauna, whole different atmospheric conditions. These are with such a wide variety of flora and fauna in the world that they lived in, their imagination can go in all different directions. You just build all these life forms. There's no doubt.
Well, this one seems to have 2 faces. This just looks like it might be a female. It's got 2 faces.
Oh, like a Janus.
Like a Janus.
Like a female Janus?
Like a female Janus. And don't we see a lot of them in antiquity?
Hell, I know a couple of those in my neck of the woods.
All right, we seem to have large people here. But definitely, I think we coincided with giants. Right, we got a Janus. We got a Janus that is presenting or bringing what looks like serpents out of a jar to the king.
Oh, that's a double-headed dude. That's not a female.
All right, then.
That's 2 beards.
It's 2 beards. Yeah, it's a dude.
Facing both.
Okay.
So he's facing. There's a female behind him.
And how's he got a half light? Oh, that's probably a mask, is it? For his guard. He's got a weapon. which is
Might
not.
be a mask, but it's a bearded mask. See, okay, look, this is a really good point. This image you're showing right now that shows the naked guard behind him. Okay, in Sumerian culture, the Sumerians themselves were clothless and they were hairless. Yes, and the Anuna had clothes and beards.
That's the difference.
But let me show you something. That's an ornamental beard he's wearing.
Okay.
It's the exact reason. Listen to me. This is crazy. All the pharaohs were buried with wooden beards because Egyptians can't grow facial hair.
Right,
So
they were.
They acknowledged that the rulers in ancient times were all bearded when their civilization was founded. By the time the bearded ones left their civilization, pharaohs wanted to show the people that they still maintained authority. This is why Ramesses and Seti the First, and this is why all of them are shown on statues with these elaborate wooden beards. I'm going to tell you something else. It's also the reason why the dragon kings of China, all the dragons are shown in China. It's the only dragons in the world like this. But Aztec dragons, Maya, Olmec, German, Welsh, Norwegian, dragons around the world are reptilian. But in China, dragons have beards.
Oh, they have.
Yes, they do. Because it's a recognition from a non-Caucasian people that the earlier civilization from which they stemmed from were a bunch of white bearded people that had come in. The Sumerians recognized it, the Egyptians recognized it, the ancient Chinese recognized it.
There was a beard, they say, on the Sphinx, and it was removed.
Oh, I believe that.
And it's in the museum.
I have a video showing the geometry of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
That the whole head is twice as small as it's supposed to be because materials have been removed.
Yeah, definitely. They say that they had shooting practice, the troops of Napoleon. You know,
that's all cover story.
Yeah,
somebody deliberately changed the Sphinx's face to what it is today.
Yeah, I've seen evidence of it being a black lady. I've seen evidence of it being more like a jackal. You know,
the oldest depictions of any sphinxes in Egypt was always Anubis, the dog.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, there's an Aztec tradition. I show it on my channel. There's an Aztec tradition that at the head of an area of 9 rivers, is a holy mountain guarded by a giant dog. And this is the entrance to the land of the dead, according to the Aztecs.
Wow.
That's Giza. That's the Nile River.
Oh, right.
With the 9 rivers.
Yeah.
The giant mountain is the pyramid.
Yeah, the Nile Delta.
And the Sphinx was originally a giant dog. Anubis, guardian of the gate of the deep.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that whole death process where they weigh your heart for sins and then they chuck it to throw it to the crocodile,
right? Or
the crocodile thing to eat.
Yeah, they weigh your whole life against a feather on the scales of life when you pass through the gate of Rostal. That's Egyptian theology.
Yeah, that's a really unusual one here. It looks like some sort of device. I don't know why they're standing around it, but it looks a little bit like a. If satellite dishes were real, but a satellite dish. Okay, let's move on. Because I'm getting cuneiformed out, baby. Some of them are really raw. Okay, let's see what else they can tell us. Outside of the high freakiness we've already discovered. Oh, there's them handbags. Now, they do show them handbags a lot, don't they?
Yes, they do. It's another reason I'm a critic of Graham Hancock. I said Hancock again, didn't I?
Hancock, yeah.
Graham Hancock. I'm a critic of him because he promotes that Göbekli Tepe crap being 10,000 BC and it's Ice Age, all that stuff. And yet, in order to promote that, he refuses to show the handbags that are at the top of those pillars at Göbekli Tepe, which are positively dated the 27th, 26th, and 25th century BC. It totally disproves his idea of the dating of Göbekli Tepe. And he refuses to show the effigies on the back of the statues of Easter Island because they match perfectly Göbekli Tepe. And yet, scientists only date Easter Island a couple thousand years ago. So yeah, he cherry picks his data, and he's able to he's able to put these little theories out, because if you watch the Ancient Apocalypse series, you will see that when he talks to a specialist or something in their area of expertise, he's guiding the conversation. He's just basically saying, what do you think about this? Do you think that that bone right there is evidence that Atlantis was destroyed in 9,500 BC?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, it's a joke. Holy,
it's a fucking joke.
So comical.
Yeah, go back to type.
Get your ass off TV.
Yeah. That's the only evidence he's got, is it? It's not even evidence, it's just bullshit. Yeah, so look at that one there. What kind of baby has he got there? Because it looks like it's got like high strangeness going on. I don't know what's going on with that. So 177. Well, there's not too many more of these images. We've gone through quite a few here. But they got the horns going on, a bit like the Vikings or the Kings of Vi, who I feel were the Normans. Okay. Who were the Phoenicians? The mystery of the sea peoples.
Yep.
Turn up out of nowhere, infiltrate the place.
Took over. Changed history.
Yeah. Rewrote the history books, and well, it's easy to do anyway, if you ask me. It's like if you've got all the control mechanisms, it's like information's very limited in this place, and truths are really hard to find. And they have left puzzles and they have left clues deliberately, but that's just the duper's delight. That's just for the smart to pick up on. But there's been a massive effort in fabricating the past.
Yeah, there has been.
You know, this has been thought out. It blows my mind to think the effort, but you know, when they got the education system and all of the books from the library, then it makes perfect sense that, you know, all our information. And we're finding this out because the old books, the earlier you go, you know, if you're like the early 1800s, the information's completely different. Yeah, the mindset and everything. You know, these people are just got beautiful handwriting. They're creative, and you know, they think outside the box. You know, they're not as scared to say what they, you know, what they're thinking. And I think it's all valid hypothesis. This one hasn't even got a face. This one's got like, looks like a robot. It's not even a pronounced face on that one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with this art, but man, it's very clear that they lived in a fundamentally different world. They processed information very different than we do.
Yeah, sure. I think that's it. Well, I'm going to show a few more of these. I'll link this up. You can take your time with it, and you know, at your own discretion. When I link this up following this event, but oh my God, look at this! We've got another double Janus. We've got two flying, or maybe fish people, and a double-headed guy who's definitely got two heads, like Zaphod Beetlebrox from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And with the last page of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it says, everything is going to be all right. And the meaning of life is 42, apparently, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide. Do you know that book at all?
The Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yeah. Douglas Adams.
I don't think I've read it.
Well, it's done in like, you know, heliocentric thinking, but it's got really big clues to the nature of reality. They got the improbability machine, which changes the spaceship into like a bowl of geraniums, and then a whale, and then back to the spaceship again. So it's got what's called the improbability drive. So, you know, they deal with fun subjects, and it was really good to watch. Yeah. There is a film out there a bit. Oh, God, look at this one. But yeah, the beard's a definite clue. We seem to have giant insects, like we got giant insects in the background there. Humanoids with, you know, I talked about dog heads for quite a bit.
Really?
I've been talking about dog heads. I could even bring up a file and show you a file of dog heads. We have many, many dog heads in Flat Earth British. I think there's something with the place in London called the Isle of Dogs. I think it was literally populated by dog-like people. I got this idea from a Stephen King book I once read, where people were cloaking their true animal self. And he goes into an elevator one day, and one of them phased out, and he's seen like that they were like fox human. Yeah. A bit like on They Live. You know, he had the glasses on, and he's seen everything different, you know, how it really is. So it was like that. So, thank you, Jason Gray. Let's give you all a few shots. I got a little bit more information for you. I'm going to look at some amazing 14th century color depictions of the apocalypse, which show carnage. These are spooky. They definitely show the vapor canopy civilization, I would say. Giants, high level freakiness, and I will share that with you now in a moment. So, Misha, good to see you, lovely. So I'm waving at you. Thank you for popping by. Flat Earth British, live from Texas land. Okay. How fantastic is that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Fuck it. It's different, man. I'm in America, guys. I'm in America, Jason.
It's awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
Been here all my life.
Awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
Even when they put me in prison, it's still great.
I'm still in Texas.
I'm still in Texas.
Fuck yeah. Land of the free.
Let's see.
Yeah. They got a saying in Texas. Don't fuck with Texas.
Yeah, don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas.
I'm a believer.
Yeah, I'm a believer now. I'm
a believer.
From what I witnessed, it's brilliant. I love it.
No, man, it's a great, beautiful state. It's gigantic. There's so much here. The people are awesome. He's been introduced to our culture. We're friendly as hell, but if you get out of the front line, we'll shoot you.
Yeah, they all got guns. But like, there's just super, super warm people, and everything's a bit like relaxed and cooler. They're cooler people than everything where I am is all, you know, everyone's in a hyper state, but here everything's relaxed, you know, and easy going, and it's really easy on the eyes, guys. It's a beautiful bit of the world. It's so beautiful countryside, honestly. It's got strange bugs and critters, tree frogs and lizards and all sorts of weird stuff, man. Them cicadas blew my mind. I thought it was a fucking carol alarm going off. I was like, what's that?
Oh, we were only a couple hundred feet away from a tornado that touched down right here.
Shit, yeah, we knew got killed. Jason was on the roof of his RV trying to tap it down.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the car, the alarm goes off, and it says, like, oh, get to a basement. There's a tornado about to hit.
We were out there in the middle of it. Didn't even know a tornado. We just knew the wind was roaring. It was loud. It was crazy. And tree branches were going horizontally across our field of vision. They were just moving. I was getting hit with pine cones, but I had to get that tarp up because of working on an AC unit. The water was getting it. I had to tarp it up.
Yeah.
But, man.
You were so true to the skin. And honestly, it was just like, it just came in from nowhere. And it went as quick as it came. It was, the whole thing must have been 15 minutes.
Man, it was a wild.
But I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was just
Martin came to Texas and almost got carried away by a tornado.
Yeah, it was all the power lines were down in the next streets. Then big
power, tornado ripped off the what are those
capacitors?
Drums? The capacitor drums ripped them right off the pole.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell.
Power was out for 3 days.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Just JP, that was a freaky day, full stop, that was, anyway, with that hurricane and everything. Tornado. Jason, good to see you, my friend. Money Train, the dog race comes from Australia. There's an interesting thought. There was definitely some sort of civilization. I don't think the whole place was just being like, you know, Britain sent these criminals out there and they built a civilization. Makes no fucking sense. I think there was one definitely there already, because the architecture in Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane and Perth is wicked. It's amazing architecture. Look at the station in Melbourne, the railway station. Looks like a fucking Moorish palace. It's stunning. Kathleen, good to see you. Kathleen. Nancy, thank you. Nancy, thank you for coming here and bringing your lovely vibration. I'm feeling that. And there's Mr. C. Good to see you. Cheryl Bailey. Cheryl Bailey, front row seat. And we love all the knowledge. Okay. That's awesome. Funky Prepper. Definitely hook up my spa. I'm going to find out what's going on with my homie. For Jack's hoping to meet you at the meet. I guess you say you're coming. You can pay at the door. Okay. Bring your own, what they call them packs for bringing frozen food and stuff. Igloo.
Oh, packs. Yeah. Igloos. Bring your own food. Bring your own drink.
Bring your own food. Bring your own scene. Your drink. Okay. I'm going to hang out. We're going to have a wicked time. It's going to be fantastic. This is a special one, though, guys. Okay. This is a special one. This is international, yo. This is Europe and America. Showing them how it's done. Loving the presentation, gentlemen. Thank you, Shiva. You always bring the good vibes. Thank you for your long, beautiful comments that move us all greatly, because you put things so well, so succinctly put, everything you say, Shiva. Very poetical. Cowgirl in Arizona. I always interpret that as Cowgirl in the Rain, the Neil Young track, but that's just me. Dirty memes. Thanks for the dirty memes yesterday. They wasn't dirty. Okay, these are actual adverts. Yeah, I'm not actually guilty of anything here, right? This was done in a historical context. I'm showing you what lengths they will go to sell their shit. Okay, sex sells, root stuff sells, and you know that sort of thing. So
yeah, you caught me by surprise for sure.
yeah, you got surprised.
I've never showed anything like that ever on my channel.
But don't worry, because if you get trolled, yeah, at least the troll videos will be funny.
Oh man,
Yeah, because they will have to show them. And they're like, oh, I'm disgusted by this. I'm going home. I feel quite faint. Oh, that was so rude. I actually had that. I don't think it's very nice. It's like, yeah, this is historical and it's antique. All of this stuff's older than 25 years. Jahar, good to see you. Detect, good to see you. Maxstrom, hi, bro. I think yours says you may get you. I don't know. Is Lynn saying hiya to Benny? Hope Benny's all right. We're sending Benny loads of big flat earth British and Archaix loves today. And hope all is well with you. Okay, Dawn Hat. We know her. It's Dawn Hat. Howdy doody, everyone. Sorry I'm late. We love Dawn. She's awesome. Don't we know Dawn?
Yep, we know her.
Yeah. She's
real
awesome.
well.
Yeah, she's awesome, Dawson. Yeah, she's fantastic, us. And she's back. So awesome. So what there's bricks on the pyramid hallway up and metal strap bars and geopolymers. Do you know about the large granite ball that was found in the Great Pyramid of Giza?
Oh, I have heard about it. I haven't done much.
I've got some
into
photographs of it. It's just like a large granite.
Perfectly sphere, high tolerance.
Yeah, high tolerance.
Wow.
So I sort of done a hypothesis a few years ago. I thought was going on. I thought it was a stopcock. Yeah, for if this thing was underwater, you know, the pyramid, for example, then they could produce electricity. Okay, the same way as a nuclear submarine. I put forward they're making oxygen, and that's why there was all this salt in the bottom of the King's chamber. And the King's chamber is known as a resonating chamber. They call it the singing chamber because when you go in there, you can hear it singing. So what's that?
Eric Dubay.
No way.
Rick D.
Is that Rick D? Eric, are you here?
Eric Dubay hiding in the chat.
Brother.
I spot him every time.
Yeah,
he's good people, but he's kind of gotten under my skin.
He just minds his own business, though, Jason.
Yeah.
You know,
he's in Thailand right now, but let me tell you, he used to be all in my chat, just getting under my skin, man. Things, you know what? You don't like the presentation, go somewhere else.
Well, he's done a lot of work in his field, and I guess, and you know,
I used to plug his book all the time, man. But I
200 proofs.
Yeah, I used to show it on my channel a lot. And all that. You know what? It's awesome.
It's when ideas clash and all of that, people have responses, but
yeah.
We're getting to it, I'm sure he's looked at that as he muffled like with distant earlier and had a few thoughts on that because that is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, his book is what made me. What I went and read. I showed you in my library. I had.
You got it. Yeah. We were flat smacking Big John the other day.
Yeah.
One of the gang, and he's like, he's not having any of it. He's starting coming out with sort of bending a space time and sort of Einsteinian ideas and stuff, and you brought up 200 proofs, didn't you? And some of the examples in there to, which is the best for.
He's going to read 200 proofs because
he's going to read
it's very visual. John's visual. He's going to look at that and he's going to.
Oh, there is no better.
He's going to probably ask me for synthetic astronomy after that.
Listen, once you read that, you're like convinced. It's like, fucking hell, yeah. Of course it's flat. How could I have missed that? But yeah, 200 proofs, Eric Dubay. Awesome, Dawson. So he was one of the first I was listening to in the beginning. It was actually him and Mr. Sargent who showed up around the same time. But yeah, primarily him. I used to leave him on in the background and just do my shit and just.
Somebody said Paul Cook has a major announcement coming up.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I think he's in Malta at the moment. I'm not sure, but he does like good posts because they got a wicked star fort in Malta. The whole of Valletta is in a giant star fort system.
What do you mean? Oh, Star Force. Yeah. I mean, I've done research on the Hypogeum, Gigantea, the temples of Malta. Yeah, they're ancient. They're badass.
You made a connection about star forts last night. What was that? Something to do with your field, where you think the origins might have been, because they're definitely old. They're incredibly old.
Martin and I have been comparing notes, and it was so many amazing things. But
Snake.
We were talking about star forts, but I don't remember what was said.
Oh, something connected with the race of people that you've been looking into, and they said that they'd had something along the lines of these films.
Oh no, yeah. The star forts seem to reflect the Anuna history, because the Sumerians, according to the Sumerians and the Anuna history, when the Anuna appeared, they would set up these fortresses that were called walled enclosures, and this is what Edens are. E.dens is the actual name in the Sumerian logograms for a walled enclosure that was inhabited by the Anuna, and the Sumerians were not allowed inside there, but they knew they were like commissaries. That's where all the cigarettes, cigars were, all the packaged candy, all the good things in life. They were considered to be, they had all the amenities. These little fortresses were inhabited by the Anuna to protect them from the megafauna and all the large creatures that were on the surface world during the vapor canopy period of the early Sumerians. And these Edens were later adopted by the Jewish scribes when they were reading about the Adamu, because the Adamu appear prominently in Babylonian text after the Cataclysm, and over and over in the Babylonian writings it says in the world before, the Adamu inhabited the world when the Anunnaki arrived. In Babylonian versions changed it from Anuna, which was bearded white people with lapis lazuli eyes. They changed it from Anuna to a fallen angel type being called Anunnaki. This was a mythological version from a later people who were after the Cataclysm, because before the Cataclysm, they were just normal humans who built Edens. After the Cataclysm, there were fallen angels who inhabited Eden, a garden paradise world.
Which is a walled enclosure.
Yes, where the Adamu had been banished from.
Interesting.
This turned into Adam and Eve. So yeah, this is on my channel. I go into great depths and show you how all this was put together, not by me, but by people like Harold T. Clay, Harold T. Wilkins in the 1950s. In the 1940s, Albert T. Clay, a scholar of Semitic antiquities, how they put all these together and realize, oh man, the Jews copied all this material and put together this fantastic Genesis narrative based off real Babylonian texts. But those Babylonian texts were mythological versions of actual real Sumerian history. And yes, the star forts remind me of the because of the technical sophistication.
They're from another world.
Yeah, it's from a whole other world. We have no historical records of star forts. No. Therefore, they could have been the Edens of the Anuna. And they could have been rebuilt and some of them preserved. It's just so crazy. The whole thing is so crazy. But it's not crazy when you put it into the Archaix perspective, because I'm a simulationist and I believe that we're living in core programming, and even historical routines and subroutines are programs that are operable, and that sometimes the construct needs to basically shear off some timelines that are no longer producing the things it needed to produce. And those cultures, civilizations, time periods, they're gone. And we only find fossils of evidence within other timelines that those things existed, because it's like a program that edits out some things, but the things it's editing out had far reached into other programs. In the editing process doesn't go into all those other overlays. It just edits out the core material. So evidence of prior existing timelines does exist, and we find them, like the Voynich manuscript, like many of the fossils we find, like many of the artifacts we call ooparts, which are out of place artifacts. Artifacts of technological sophistication that do not make sense in the context of Greek culture, or in Mycenaean culture, or Etruria, in the Etruscan culture, and we find these screws and differential geared mechanisms that don't make sense, but they would make sense had not this editing process been ongoing. And this is why we are intellectually elite among all the life forms of the world today. I'm talking about humans. And yet we can't even put together an accurate chronology of historical events. The fact we can't do that specifically means there's manipulation involved. And a lot of people believe it's the elite doing the manipulations, and I agree to a certain extent, but I'm very convinced that something non-human is actually altering the construct and hiding these edits in the form of natural disasters.
It makes so much sense. You know, all of these vanished civilizations knew, in fact, all of them. Yeah, it makes so much sense that they turned on themselves or turned on their neighbors and they ended up having, you know, terrible famine, plagues, pestilence, and then they ate one another.
Right,
Makes zero sense.
right.
And they say the same thing for the fall of all of these civilizations, and all of them have disappeared, haven't they? They vanished. Even these, you know, these weird sort of artifacts behind. So thank you, India Wilson, for all you do. Love you, India. There's my friend, Holistic Media.
Your chat is going off.
Yeah, we got some more to present.
I can't even keep up.
I haven't got slow chat on, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I should have done that, but, you know, I let it fly. They'll all be happy. Cards don't lie. How good to see you, my friend. Holistic Media. S. Lee's in the house. And we got somewhere along the line. Oh, London McLovin is my brother. And Mr. Sidewinder, good to see you, my friend. Mr. Freeze. Right, we're going to be showing a few more things now. I'm going to be hurrying along, but obviously not going to hurry because, you know, we're going to go loosey-goosey. Sideways Stevie. Lee Free, good to see you back. Good to see you, my friend. Trees is in the house. And Lynn is in the house. Lynn Alexandra. And Squizzle Cyper, who's been my moderator for like 8 years.
Wow, that's good.
Nathan, he's fucking awesome.
8 years. I ain't even been on YouTube. 3 years.
Yeah, he's been with me a long, long time. You've seen it all. Honestly, you have. So we got you. Can't wait for Archaix TV. Really anticipating this one. No holes barred.
Yeah, Matt just did an interview with Dr. Corey Stern about poisons and toxins and all. That's pretty good. You know, so we yeah, that's uploaded now. I'll be opening it for subscriptions probably within 3 or 4 days. I just got to make sure it's got enough content that people find value when they first go in there. Say, oh, okay, this is all a lot of stuff. I'm talking about not just videos, but PDF downloads, things that you could really use. I mean, I know a lot of people are interested in having things that they can share with other people, because that's what it's about. Educating other people is what it's all about.
Getting that information out there. Whatever. So there's Romany Bear. He's my brother. Much love to you, Romany Bear. Thanks for all your emails and your positive. Anything I do cool. He's like an email. He's like, that was brilliant. He's such a cool guy. Star Frogs protect from a larger insects and animals during vapor canopy. Could that be a thing? We definitely think there is some sort of protective thing, guards and goddess. Hi, lovely. So Star Frogs to protect from larger animals and insects.
Yeah. That's well, it's just the whole. Listen, any type of architecture that exhibits multi-tiered angles, the way some of those star forts did that you showed me in those pictures, they have a utilitarian use. No one expends that much energy and resources building a construction unless it's going to have a utilitarian use for something. And there's no way all that is done for defense. I mean, I used to be convinced of it because I was looking at the star forts that are in Louisiana, and they look like they're primitive compared to some of the ones he's shown me in Europe. Pictures he's shown me, I was like, wow, that throws my theory out the water. It's multiple layers, multiple angles. We're talking about advanced geometrical concepts that are put into the architecture. This isn't for defense. So,
I've also proposed evidence before of all the star forts are connected underground.
Oh, they very well could be. I mean,
and you get these satellite star forts further out, smaller star forts, which are then more rudimentary ones that you just mentioned.
Yeah,
but you seem to get like a central, main sort of star fort with all of this fractal geometry, this insanity going on with it.
Yeah, I got Supernatural Life too over here is telling everybody Jason blocked him for this. I do not block people for disagreeing with me. I block people for attitudes. You're going to come into my chat with respect. Simple as that. Yeah, it's people say that all the time, man. I just have zero tolerance on my channel and my moderators.
Yeah, I put really up a lot, too. But the only thing I don't put up is anything with negative intent or hatey. Or anything.
You can disagree
talking about other people. We don't do that.
Yeah, shit. I got a lot of people disagree, and I even entertain them to a certain extent. I'll put 2 or 3 paragraphs in there explaining why I believe the way I do, but I'm not going to sit here and listen to negativity.
Fuck no. This is not what we do anyway. It's just we're bringing the love. We're not actually. We're bringing the information and the love, and we're happy to share it with you. And Jason's got something in common. We're both doing our life's work. His work is his life's work, and I consider mine my life's work. It's just been, so long, you know, and it means a lot to me. My back catalogue of work means everything to me, really. I love it. So respect, yeah, it's important. Yeah, just be nice. I got like a stipulation when you enter the chat, just be love. I'm not bossing people around or anything, but you know, if I am, you know, we're going to mirror one another. May as well come here and be nice, because I'm not doing anything other. What's that? Did Eric Dubé have a bad attitude? See, that's like, he just wants to get in on a bit of drama. See if you've got anything to lay down about Eric. See, that's what we just mentioned. See, it's attached negative intent. It's what it is. It's bygones, be bygones. It's in the past. Don't even give a fuck. We're on with a new day.
You know, I'm down with the gossip.
Yeah, we don't do that shit. Liddy, Florin, Yossi. Okay, we're going to look at these mind-blowing medieval images. Some of you flat earth Britishers might have seen these a little while in the past, or a long time in the past, actually. They're Apocalypto, the 1400s book, and they are really mind-blowing because of their extreme nature. Things like, you know, Christ creatures with blood dripping from their eyes. But you get a lot of giants going on, you know. Is that the real size of this human compared to these church machines? Okay, so it's just the narrative is the Holy Bible's book of Revelation, and this is Apocalypto. Okay, the reset, and they'll show you exactly how this goes down.
Wow.
So yeah, they don't know why there's two people in the bed outside the church. There, it makes no sense. But considering this is supposed to be in the Bible, you know, the biblical era, everything is set in the Middle
Am I not
Ages.
seeing any pictures?
Middle Ages.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. It's just reflects. So we got blood red sky, angels in the sky, this Christ personification, but that's the sun. Yeah, so it looks like it's the sun. And skeletons that are apparently up and around and running about the place. But everyone's pleading because they know, because the tribulation is let loose, and the trumpets of that, which is what that is, the tribulation. The trumpets have blown. They know shit's going to come down. So what happens? Now, coincidentally, this God creature, this God here, is in a vagina, isn't he? That's exactly what is going on there. And he seems to be having water beings. All of that is in water. He's got a celestial orchestra all playing in water, and the water is all above us, above the firmament. This angel's holding up this portal, and all of the water comes down and causes an apocalyptic flood.
There it is, collapse of the vapor canopy.
Collapse of the vapor canopy. There's a couple more depictions.
And the fact that that is a what?
These are 1400s.
No, what are they coming out of?
Sorry?
What is this? What is this?
This portal here.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say it was a portal.
Okay.
She seems to be holding it up, almost like a television screen, if you like.
Well, the collapse of the vapor canopy also ended the matriarchal rule and started all the patriarchal civilizations.
It is. That's what we're in now.
This is the loss of feminine power right here in this story.
Yeah. All right. That makes perfect sense.
This picture.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Well done.
It's when the matriarchy collapsed.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the vapor canopy fell, they built Egypt, Sumer, Akkad, Urartu, Ras Shamra, Ugarit. All these were patriarchal cultures, man. The Hittites, the Amorites, the Amuru. All the Amuru-based civilizations are all patriarchal, pastoral civilizations.
Oh,
and
that's
they
shit.
took over rapidly as soon as the vapor canopy fell.
So you got like the waters come down, and then
the waters come down.
Yeah, and then you got the
goddess,
red.
and the goddess was considered to have lost her power.
But you will see the like literally the sky fall in these images.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, these old paintings and all, they tell the whole story. And I'm surprised because it's just so weird.
Well, you got to go way back. You know, this is like these are one of the best depictions I've seen coming out of the 1400s. I get all of these from I have a Search British Library, and I go like the Sloan Library. You know, go in their back doors to find these. They don't want you to see these. Now you can see earthquakes happening. All of the architecture seems to be all falling in this city, and they seems to have, you know, the scales like some sort of Judgment Day, and other people who are hiding out from Armageddon by crawling in holes in the ground at the bottom.
It's amazing, man. Look at this picture.
Yeah, hiding in the mud and just praying, like he's praying because, you know, things are really bad outside.
Damn, man. These old medieval pictures are badass.
They tell you everything. It's like, you know, you're going to see like flames come out of the sky now.
Look at that creature. Remember, check this out. Hold on. Look at this picture. You know the Bigfoot type creatures?
Where? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, too many people have seen the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Snowwalkers, Abominable Snowman, Yetis. We know all the names for them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Too many people have seen this, have hunted it, have seen the tracks and all that, have smelled it. But every single instance, Bigfoot is the hide and seek champion. He can't be found. So it's got to be something interdimensional.
I feel
I've talked about this on my channel because hunting dogs have tracked it, and then when they get to where the scent disappears, it's like you just stepped out of this dimension and into another one. But there's one right there, Sasquatch right here, in the ground.
It's crazy,
and that's what a lot of people believe. A lot of people think that the Sasquatch deal is real, but we're dealing with something that can jump dimensions.
I think so.
Because every time you hunt it or chase it, it disappears.
I think they show you other dimensions in these images, because what you see in a lot of medieval pictures is these orbs, which literally show another world inside them. It's like a view in a crystal ball, if you like.
Yeah.
And the ladder you mentioned before, you know, this ascension to, you know, apparently out of here. So the water's coming down. There's some sort of process going on for trying to get people to survive, maybe forcing themselves into churches, etc., exchanging of money, exchanging of food. So the big one's coming. But what this is, you see these orbs, you get this elliptical one with the lamb and the Christian theme, which I think is an analogy. So Armageddon's it. So now we got all blood and flames, all attributed to resonation and vibration, and you know what is coming from these angels' trumpets. So, and then you get everything on Earth is in mud, and they got it's uncanny. They got blood dripping, you know, and everything's just being flooded, and the end of the world. But that's not all, because that's just like, it's just getting started. Things get really, really gnarly in a minute. Okay, so we have some knights turning up, because you got knights in ancient Bronze Age, haven't you? No, these are medieval.
No, you got knights in this picture.
Yeah, and winged knights as well. So, you know.
Okay, I see, yeah.
I wonder why. And the many-headed Hydra, maybe. No, these are just knights turning up, and they're riding lions. Giant lions, the knights are riding.
Well, that's like the griffins that they're riding in the Sumerian pictures.
Yeah. And they go into a deity or an idol in this church, and it's an unusual non-humanoid figure that they're worshipping or going to, almost as if this small person here is in charge. Look at this. Who could that possibly be? And why are they praying and pleading to it?
What?
Yeah, they're all praying and pleading to this crazy, whatever it is, naked, brown, small.
Yeah, it's a dude holding
a shield. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and you know, everyone else is massive in comparison. So, okay. So yeah, the sky has come down. Look at this, fucking hell! Look at this guy. He looks like Pinhead off of Hellraiser.
Yeah, man.
I will tear your soul apart. Oh, thanks, G's. Nice one. High fives, not. Okay. I made my own meme for that once, but I got complaints. People thought it was a step too far. Okay, they're all drowning in the sky because the sky is water. This cat up here, who's like a Jesus type of thing, is showing you some information in a book while he pukes blood all over us or them. And look at these guys' hats as well. They're wearing these like mystics hats or magicians hats.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's getting fucked up. Antiquities being smashed. Everybody who's left seems to be subject to attacks from demonic forms, goblins, if you like, and everything else just descends into complete anarchy because people are, you know, mind controlled, and if their paradigm falls apart, some of them can lose their shit completely. Okay, but we know about all that. Not to be worried. So you got two rainbows going in a building that's floating in the sky, some angelic sort of angels. This one's laying on an elliptical starry thing, and these many-headed are hydras, dragons. What are they flying in the sky? wrecking our world. And this one's bringing water out, like flooding. So I think they're analogous for something as well. Okay. And here we go. The many-headed Hydra, who's got a scepter, who's giving it to this. So this is an exchange of what I think is electromagnetic technology. The blood continues to come down from the sky. Yeah. And everyone's starting to die. Now, we have the arrival of the Dogheads. So the king, looks like he's the king. He's got ermine, he's got a crown, he's got the Vatican with him, and a monk. And he's gone to plead with Boss Doghead, if that's what he is. Got horns. Don't think a dog got horns. What would you say animal that was?
No.
I don't know.
That's a weird one here.
Yeah, it's a weird one. They seem to be.
It's another shrine with something else being worshipped.
Yeah, like a many-head cat head.
Yeah, seven-headed dragon, like in Revelation, the Apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah. But why are these dog heads? I don't know. And they're pleading to obviously for some sort of help. And the reset is coming. There's nothing you can do. Antiquity's being smashed by the stuff that's pouring from the sky. The water's coming down, being poured by apparently an outside non-humanoid force or entities, which always show, which I definitely think is the case. I definitely think whatever we're dealing with is not human, not like us. If that's what we are. Human is a derogative term anyway. So you got horses drinking in what looks like lava or red water, because that's probably all gone toxic because of the events. Okay, now we've got the skies all red, more angels playing music, and now everything is truly flooded. It's nearly gone. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, right. I think this is the full one. When all the shit pours from the sky and antiquity's gone. Look at this. Wow. That's a whole lot of fuck no. That's a whole lot of fuck no. Yeah, but the antiquity's falling. And everyone's buried in the mud. You can see that. There's fish laying around and everyone's just drowned and dead on this one.
Wow. So, okay, these angels, this is a depiction of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
According to Revelation of St. John the Divine. I see it right here.
Yeah.
Those are the pouring of the vials of wrath.
Right.
That's what that is.
Oh.
These are the plagues that come out of the bowls of wrath that are poured by the seven angels at the end of the tribulation period.
What you make on that then, Jason? He's on water, the rainbow's there, and he's Christ because he's got the cut in his side, and two swords in the mouth. Swords have words. Swords have words.
That's weird because in Revelation, Christ he comes back on a white horse at the end of Revelation, and he's got a sword protruding out of his mouth.
Right.
Which means he has the power of speech to kill instead of a sword in his hand.
Interesting.
The rainbow is always a symbol of post-reset. The rainbow only appears after the vapor canopy falls.
Yeah.
There was no
rainbow.
There was no rain.
There was no rain.
The vapor canopy kept everything wet.
Yeah. And everything is gone to shit.
So, yeah, you see rainbows in pictures. It's always a depiction of something that's after the cataclysm.
But there's definitely survivors. There's no extinction event.
Oh, yeah, it's not an extinction event.
Because obviously we're still
I mean, the Vikings said it was the day the sky fell. You know what I mean? So, and their traditions are very different than the Judeo-Christian, which call it the Great Flood.
Yeah.
And the Native American Indian traditions, it's the end of the time of Spider Grandmother. Spider Grandmother, she lost her power, her web fell from the sky, the world flooded, and it killed the stone giants.
Right.
It's all the same event.
It's all the same event, yeah. So it's interesting. Now this is from the 1400s, and you've got a Christ, but he's holding the same orb and scepter which you got in the royal family today. There's definitely an importance with the orb or the crucible and the scepter. I definitely think they're just analogous. Look, they're burying treasures. Mm-hmm. They're going into the underworld, which is where they're gone. It was the only place it would be underground to survive that. But you'd have to be deep under some sort of, oh shit, look at the sky. Oh, that's it. So this is the whore of Babylon because she rides.
Yes.
Yeah. So once the whore of Babylon falls, then it's a new paradigm. Okay. So I'm going to share a few more of these with you. But you get the idea. It's showing like the Book of Revelations. The antiquity looks to be definitely from a medieval period, as is the cloves, which is unusual considering it's supposed to be late Bronze Age. Now, see this giant wheel type thing. I've seen this in stacks and stacks of medieval images, and it gets dropped from the sky. So maybe that they actually, you know, like there's a narrative out there, isn't there? What they said years ago, that they could drop an object from higher, maybe in the Kármán layer or something, and when it hits the ground, it will cause, it's called the rod from God. This was an idea of Ronald Reagan, and this would cause a kinetic energy which would be bigger than what they call nuclear bombs. Just absolutely devastating. So I can't help thinking that, because I've seen so many images of angels carrying these, you know, even Mercury, Hermagistus, I've seen carrying these large wheels, and I just kind of, you know, I imagine then that maybe they drop them, causing that kinetic energy blast, which would ruin everything. Some sort of weaponry. Drop something from a high enough, and it would definitely do that. But you get, like, I don't know why you're getting personifications of demons like they exist in the real world. I think that's more in the psyche. You know, as we come to an end times, you know, you have to deal with your spiritual growth. And then, you know, when it's judgment time and everyone's got to deal with, oh, shit, look at all the shit I've done. Now I'm going to pay tough shit. And that is being invaded by demons. I'm interpreting as, look at this guy here, complete old blood coming out of his eyes.
Where's this at?
On this,
oh yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah?
That's that stigmata stuff. That was
Stigmata.
real popular by the papacy.
Yeah, I've seen the film Dogma, where Alanis Morissette was God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, super annoying, isn't she? But we do like her albums. We'll give her that. So that's Apocalypta from the 14th century. I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to just touch over it lightly. Somebody asked me the other day about advanced communications. I'm going to show you that in 1800s, they certainly were thinking online of, you know, they had the gramophone come along late, but they were thinking in lines of Walkmans like we have today.
Yes, it were.
You can see some images here of, you know, this is the Victorian era, and they got devices that show you people talking to other people before the telephone was actually invented by Alexandra Graham Bell.
Yeah,
there's definitely a bit of a sock going on with that, I think. So the blind future. This is called, this narrative, the end of books from 1894.
The end of books.
The end of books, yeah. And they're saying that it'll all go to, basically it's a vision for television and the internet. Okay. I'll give the link so that everyone can read the information on there.
That's
but
amazing.
the end of, yeah, it is. So gramophones, okay. Well, there's the Phoenician thing. Anything with phone, like our phone, phonographs, is the Phoenician phone at the front. So, and just like manufacturing books here, yeah, but in another form, maybe in like a PDF form, if you like, where he's typing it out using some sort of typing machine. This guy, he's got Walkmans. He's listening to his favorite book while he's walking around. Wow. With earphones, just like they got in the modern day. Okay. Automatic library. So just go out and pick up your information. I'm not sure how they would read this, but there's your library. Yeah. Just a stone in the wall where you can pick up your information. Just plug your USB in, or your memory stick, more like. And check this cat out here. The author, exploiting his own works. So I'm not sure what he's got. He's got wires coming out of it. That looks like something to do with electricity, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like a generator.
So his device he's wearing is what?
It's
the
not saying.
author exploiting his own works.
Yeah. So, but it's all of this is like, you know, it's just showing you that they had advanced tech.
These
so
are concept pieces of imagining a future.
Not really. I've got evidence that they were using Skype in the 1920s, and as early as the First World War in Germany, people were talking on television screens. She's listening, and she's seeing images from far off. Okay, so it's the romance of the future. She's like watching a movie, just like they got in the modern day. Okay, we've put forwards on Flat Earth British. Was thinking a lot of these mirrors that you see in the alchemical images. They're always looking into the mirrors. So either they're crazy vain, or there's actually something in the mirror, because we've seen some images of the face that's in the mirror not being the face that's looking in the mirror, like something's communicating with them. A bit like a tablet of today. And what did Moses get when he went up to Mount Ararat? What did God give him? He gave him a tablet. Yeah,
gave him a tablet.
Yeah, which he dropped on the way down and cracked the screen. Yeah, and he missed out like loads of commandments.
On my own channel, I go into depth about the very first form of recording communication,
right,
from Sumer and Akkad, was on stone tablets, because that's all they remember from the pre-cataclysm period.
That's how you keep
was
the
all
information.
Technology.
Yeah,
and that's what they use. They use these right here. And the Sumerians saw the Anuna using these, and they called them the tablets of destinies.
Whoa!
And they watched them have pictures, food recipes. This is all in Sumerian text. They could move objects, command animals using their tablets. So after the cataclysm, the Sumerians started recording things on clay tablets.
Fucking hell.
Because that's what the gods did before the cataclysm. It's cargo cult. All it is is
cargo cult. Yeah.
Cargo cult phenomenon.
Okay, I'll give you that link. You can have a look at that. Just showing you they suggested that we had communications in the 1800s, much more advanced, and they had them in the early 1900s. I think they had them back then. Okay, so this is happening in about 2 weeks, 11 days time. Antiqua Tech, Cycles of Destruction, and Redacted Histories with myself and Jason. This venue that is showing on you is not the actual venue, it's another one. Don't let that stop you booking it. Book it for this for North Houston area. The link will be revised later today. It's been done as we speak. That'll be put in the descriptions box, and you'll be able to get yourself a ticket. You'll be able to pay on the door as well. Just make your way there and come and hang out, because that is going to be a fantastic thing. While I'm here, guys, this is your chance to come and meet Fat British and Jason Breashers, which would be fucking fantastic. Okay, guys? Okay, let's look at some medieval mentalness. Remember I mentioned just now that a lot of medieval images seem to show, this one's got Janus, it actually tells you there. And I'm not sure what that one is, but they're holding like a ball, which shows you another world in it. That's not the world they're in. See what I mean?
There's the Janus again on the top left.
Yeah.
So looking into the past and looking into the future.
Yeah. I know.
So the future is the past. It's basically what the Janus motif is.
Oh, gotcha.
The future is the past. We're not in it right now, but in the past we had technological advancement and peace, and in the future we're going to have it again. But right now it's all chaotic.
Yeah, sure. Look at the floating on there on that cloud thing.
They're going underground.
Yeah, they're going underground. Everyone's naked and falling and going underground.
Or is it hell? That's fire.
Well, it could be purgatory or that fiery, hellish pit.
Mm-hmm.
So in the medieval period, we found like stacks and stacks of examples of this freaky clothing where they got like horns, and there's no reason for it. And we propose that the reason is because they have horns. Yeah, and they're literally disguising the fact that they got horns, and they are painfully white. They haven't got hair hanging down. They look really freaky. They all got that Phoenician nose, the straight nose. None of them have got an impression, almost a different race. And they seem to exhibit these strange headdresses with the lace, which has electromagnetic properties. It's called bee clothing because this imitates the bee's wings, which are electromagnetic by nature, maglev technology. This clothing is a form of technology, is what it is. They're bold. Or even the lazurite, that stone has, the properties in that. I've heard some crazy ideas of what happens when they put that down into a powder or a paste.
Right.
Yeah, it's got like crazy properties. So here's Christ over what looks like the black hole sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does look like that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you got over 1,100 people in watching, man. It's awesome.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here, guys. Much love to you all.
Hey, even if you don't like me, my brothers, hit that like button for Martin.
Oh, thanks. It doesn't come up on the analytics.
I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't.
It's nice, though, to see loads of people liking it. These are something I'm going to decode. So I got a book from Jason, and it's basically how to decode alchemical images. Okay, and it's fantastic. So much information I really, really wanted to know. So now I'll be able to decode the emblematas and the hieroglyphicum. This is a hieroglyphicum, okay, which shows you, all the alchemical symbols, all of these strange deities, you know, and a lot of them you will recognize from Hermetics. Okay, so it's all that, but it's an Egyptian theme. They're really unusual, like this bunny rabbit sitting across this guy's stomach. You know, there's always like, I got books and books of them. Well, I'm going to do a good decode on them in the near future because they are fantastic images and quite mind-blowing.
Man, that book had all the ciphers.
All of it. I got books and books.
I want that book. I want that book back.
Give it to you as soon as I get back, bro. I'll send it to you. Blow your mind off.
No,
they are
man.
so detailed. You look at one picture,
I'm
you
just
look at it
teasing.
for ages and ages, honestly. So that was showing in the Apocalypto book, this crucible, which is a ball with the D on, which got the cross. It seems to be so significant to the alchemical world. You know, that they're sort of venerating it. It's really weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, somebody painting what looks like a demonic figure that's not actually there. And she is looking in. Remember I just said about the mirrors?
Mm-hmm.
Look what she's looking into a mirror.
Hey, the leopard too at the bottom is looking in a mirror, the shield.
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
The leopard's looking at a reflection of itself.
And something to do with that, you know, that ball is definitely some sort of all-world tech, I feel, anyway. So
and this one here is not
Excuse me,
and this one here is not painting anybody who's there. That's some.
Well, that's what I said. She looks like it's like some sort of demonic character, and it's not in the image. It's not there.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It looks to be in like a really messed up, muddy world as well. There's no buildings or architecture, just messness. So these alchemical images are set into none. This is from Mundus Subterraneus. This is Kirchner again. And again, you know, with this cherub bringing in this, what looks like a painting. Is it really a painting? Or, hey, guys, there's a Skype call. We got Hermes with the caduceus, which we also think is a resonating device. And strange icons, which everyone seems to be worshipping in the world at one period.
There's your sphere at the feet, at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, is this? Yeah. Okay.
There's a sphere.
Yeah. Okay, I got that.
Spheres.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to go in that old book and see what these things mean.
Man, I'm telling you.
You got a whole bunch of videos to do.
So medieval craziness. I couldn't tell you why you would be selling a basket of fire, and a handful of fire is beyond me. But there it is. These are the deities that they're sort of worshipping. We see in some of these alchemical booklets. This is originally for 1495, and this is what you have sort of multi-breasted, always got the buildings on the head, these Phoenician theme, and just a whole lot of serpents and different creatures and babies hanging out of this deity. Okay, and we see this so much, but it sort of goes towards that DNA splicing idea. It really does. So sorry, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's move on. Oh, it was a comet. So we got the triple-headed thing going on with the king's crown, which turns into a tree. It's got multiple breasts, but we thought that this might be roe, like salmon eggs, you know, because some of it really does. And the serpent looks like a dragon, or
when you see those that like that where it looks like the genitrix.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the multiple breasts, or sometimes it's like a pine cone, or sometimes it's like grapes or something. And you see how the arms turn into a whole bunch of smaller arms that go into like veins and stuff.
Yeah.
That is genealogy. She is the genitrix.
Like a tree, like a family tree.
It's like the triple Norns, the faces.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a goddess symbol, and it's showing that the goddess is the origin of the species right here.
Gotcha. This one, yeah, looks like
Prince
Charles.
The old goddess motifs, they always had a dragon or a serpent around them and stuff like that, like Alpha Draconis.
Right. Oh yeah, that is amazing. What about this one? The hidden hand, eh? The all-seeing eye. Always hidden in a cloud in the sky. And the world's got crazy architecture, but the rest looks like it's covered in mud and shit. It's what you see in these old alchemical images. So this one is a later idea. This is what you're going to get soon, guys. Pushed by the media. Is some strange operation.
Oh, we got autodidactics in the chat.
Campbell, much love, brother.
Hello, Otto.
We got all the peeps in today.
Yeah, man. Oh, he's a moderator on your channel.
Yeah, of course he is.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Otto, Campbell.
Straight on that one there. Blind Justice.
Man, it's been a while since I've been on. I've done like 5 shows with him. I've done about that many. I know it's been at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. We need to get back together, Otto. It's been a while.
I think it's New Year's Eve. He's done a big party. He had loads of guests on there. It was like an all-star cast thing.
Yeah,
he did New Year's Eve. So that was good. I appeared on that.
Yeah, I've been on with Otto and Kelly.
Oh, yeah. So you got the devil. There's the narrative for good and evil. You know, the heaven and hell narrative. That's something they like to push. 1850. You know, the way of consciousness. This is the way they want people to think. No, this is a really interesting image. You got death and all that, but what it's showing is a spiral, like I've been talking about yesterday, a vortex, and it really, really looks like a portal. You know, out of here. Or to another dimension.
Yeah, it does. No doubt, man.
Yeah, man. It's a portal. It's what it is. The picture says portal.
Yeah, so we got an hourglass as a skull at the top.
Yeah, yeah. And all of the skeletons there in this portal. It's like the question when they says you die, are you going to go to the light, Jason? Like they tell you to?
I'm not.
Yeah, because they told you to, didn't they? Yeah. You got to go to the light, man. Yeah, you got to go
to the light.
You
know what? I know that there's like people that have that, what is that? Man, it's the Howdy Mikowski talks about it. It's the theory about going to the light. It has a name for that theory, and I can't remember what it is right now.
Right.
I can't. You don't remember what it is?
Well, I know of
man, I can't believe
NEDs, near-death experiences.
Yeah, I can't believe I can't remember that theory. But you know what? I don't even believe in that theory. But I tell you what, if I am given a choice, just be on the safe side. I'm not going toward the light.
I'm not doing it. I intend to fuck off. In fact, I'm not doing anything they tell me. I was doing a whole new thing.
Yeah, you went toward the light in Poltergeist. You got trapped in a television set.
Yeah, you did. Marianne! You're in a telly, guys. You can't get out, yeah? Right. Don't do that shit. So there's another black hole sun. Seems to be very...
soul trap theory.
Soul trap theory. Yeah, I have used that.
Yeah,
fuck that. I'm doing that. Sounds like nasty. Fuck. So I'm not sure where that image is, but it shows you what Armageddon looks like.
Right.
Everybody's gone. So yeah, a naga. So here's the naga here. Okay. This shows you that Krishna is associated to the fish, comes out of a fish exactly the same way as who is the guy in the whale in the Bible? Jonah and the whale.
Yeah.
So Jonah also comes from a whale. This deity also comes from a whale, and it's blue as well. These blue peach creatures. But you see on top of the naga again with one of these discs with another world on top, you know. And
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
He's just been archaics. It's the simulacrum showing that here's a whole nother world. It's a simulacrum itself. Then there's another world. It's the simulacrum itself. This is the many worlds hypothesis. And I'm a subscriber to that. I believe that this experience we're going through is just one of many. And I believe that we have all been participants together in multiple of these scenarios.
I think that's a Ganesh ripping out that person's guts.
Ganesh, the elephant?
Yeah, maybe an elephant, but this one's dog head.
Oh, okay.
It's all the clues. I read the Bhagavad Gita early on. I watched the television series Mahabharata, which blew my head off, by the way, because it's got all like super futuristic weaponry and stuff.
Yeah.
Vimanas,
Vimastras. In the Mahabharata, they explain, it says he's got a spear that when it detonates, it's a flash of 10,000 suns.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. And he also attacked an army on the hillside, and they run straight through them. So we had holographic armies.
Wow.
In Bhagavad Gita. I'm not sure what that image is. It's sort of a later contemporary piece, but
that's crazy.
I think it's flat earth related and hermetic. But I think there might be a clue. It looks like the human eye. It looks like an eye. Okay. So the Satanic Trinity. So in alchemical images, we've got the dragon, the anti-god in the book of Revelation, the beast, the antichrist, and the false prophet is the anti-spirit. So there's a distinction. There's an anti-spirit and an antichrist. Right.
That's weird.
That is weird. And what would the anti-spirit do altogether?
That's artificial intelligence X,
it
my brother.
Has to be. Doesn't it have to be that?
Oh my God. I'm on Flat Earth British, and we're going straight archaics here.
Oh my God. It's just a big picture. So here's another one of these medieval pictures when they're going into the into some sort of church surrounding. Check out the Masonic floor, the checkerboard floor, the black and white, and this hairy person here, like a yeti, if you
That
like.
balloon is just pure wicked.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Look at this though. It's a yeti. It's a hairy person. And everyone's much, much bigger than the buildings. It's difficult to work out, but there's obviously a dead large giant in there. And somebody's grabbing the babies or the kids. And somebody's waiting outside. So high level fuckery. And this one, she's like, oh, I fucking can't get it off this bong. Where do I put my finger? Those shotguns on the front. Okay, can you give me a light? So this is learning to smoke a bong in the medieval period.
Wow.
Okay. Without, yeah. That's all that going down. Yeah. Tutankhamun had cannabis pips in his apparently in his crypt for him to grow his stash in the afterlife. And what is the good news about all this? With vapor canopy, megafauna, there's going to be mega ganja.
Oh yes, there will.
But the size of your head.
Yep, weed will get a much bit larger too. And weed grows under vapor canopy conditions. Good.
I know, because
we know
light.
There you go.
It's like, Cheryl was saying the other day about like the internal combustion engine would not be able to work in a vapor canopy world.
That's right.
That's super interesting. You need completely different technologies, wouldn't you?
Also, the solar is not going to work, and neither is the wind turbines. All this infrastructure we're investing in is dead under vapor canopy world. Kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, it does. So this image is freaky. It's sort of like an Archaix, you know, a tower from antiquity, but it's got like a pipe coming out that goes into the side of a mountain. So I'm thinking this is just advanced water tech, a water tower of the past, but they're getting straight out of the mountain. It's quite advanced, and you don't see things like that very often. So here's a giant. He's the churchman cigarettes, like them cigarette cards you got.
Right.
Yeah, this is a different one. The churchman.
That'll be my next video.
The giants of
my next video. I'm gonna show my channel.
I'm looking forward to
those cards from 1920s.
That's going to be really
on ancient mysteries. I'm already ready to do it.
So he's pissing. He's got himself a young favorable Earth woman.
Oh man, he done stole one, didn't he?
Yeah, he's running away with her.
The giant of Udale. All right.
Yeah.
Stay my ass out of Udale.
That's in Britain. That's a British thing.
Man, listen, for such a small area of the world, Britain, Wales, Cornwall, Ireland, the Isle of Man, there is more traditions about giants in that area of the world. I've read the tales of the West Highlands and
yeah, they got giants up there.
Catherine Briggs. Oh my God, I couldn't believe how many
Giants Causeway
about giants.
Look at this fucker. Yeah.
Like Cornwall was founded by Cornelius who defeated the giants there. And
yeah, we got Og the giant apparently kicked Moses' ass because Moses was a bit of a psychopath.
Yeah, so
Og
they
the giant
moved
kicked him in.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I've read all that material.
This is a bit rude, isn't he? But he's got scales like a reptilian, yeah, like a reptile. But it's got like human pecker. He's playing the drums, and he's got weird wings. It's a bit of a weird one, that one.
This is weird because he got a human face
and it's got skull and crossbones
on his deal. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and a weird human face, which looks alarmed.
Yeah, so I don't know what the symbolism for here is because it's
I really couldn't say either, but it's freaky. He's standing on a bridge.
Oh, this is the demon Asmodeus.
Oh, I got another picture of that then. Asmodeus.
This is Asmodeus. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is freaky.
Yes, that's a representation of the demon Asmodeus.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, if that turned up, you'd have to fucking take that route. So here's another giant here who's doing some foundry. Apparently metal was given to us by Prometheus. Apparently things turned a bit weird after they give us metal, according to their narrative. So what about this guy with the mass? He's out in a fire. He's saying, you little bastard. Did you do what you were told? He's a chicken head, isn't he? With a massive thing going on.
Damn.
Man, imagine that chasing you around. And this guy's like digging a grave.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, this is why it's called medieval freakiness. This section. And this one, he's getting a jolly good spanking.
Hey, there's some English. Go to the top.
Is there?
Can you go?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
the word operation, but this is supposed to be Latin.
No, it's German.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I can't see it now.
Yeah.
I got a delay on mine.
It's 1668 the date on it though.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's German. That's weird. Whatever that thing is with the opening, the window on it there with the
Azrael. Hold on. As is Arabel. I don't know what that is. Kensius. I don't know what it is. I can't even read it.
I can't. But maybe somebody can give us a little translation.
Yeah, it does. It does say Anno 1668 or something.
Somebody will tell us in the comments. If I ask for translation, somebody's always kind enough to have a look.
I need somebody in my group, man, that can translate Latin because
I've got a Latin translator.
I've got
a French translator.
Do you? I've
Middle
got
French. Yeah.
I got a lot of those alchemical deals that I'm going to show Phoenix data in. The records I got from you from the Middle Ages. I was going through them. There's a lot of Phoenix data in there.
So there's Christ being stripped off, but
then they're spanking the hell out of this dude.
Yeah, but like he's got no he's got smooth bits like a action man. Hasn't got any so he's not male or female.
That's a good way to say it, action man.
Well, got to be kind, haven't you? Don't want to beat around the bush. Oh, don't
beat around the bush. You just had to say that, didn't you, man?
So here's a cryptid for sure. Yeah, Mr. Pighead. He's got bells on his waist. He looks like he's a bit of a dandy. He's got like a pig head, but he's carrying what looks like Art Garfunkel, the Art Garfunkel doll. But yeah, this could be homunculus or indeed a human, but he's small and he's big. Isn't that freaky?
He got cowbells around his waist, and he's got a little human in his hand.
Yeah.
That's another demon lord.
It's got to be.
I bet that's a demon lord.
But I was discussing pigs yesterday because they taste almost like humans, so they say, right? And they got like proper human eyes on them. So it could have been, there is one narrative out there that like they were human at the one time and they've had like a magic spell done on them and turned them into pigs.
Hey, there's a story from like 1100s where some Vikings were taking over a nearby Viking settlement. There was a dispute and one of the Vikings had the daughter of the other one, and he took a baby pig, and he was at the top of the tower, and he took a baby pig, and he says, "Hey, if you don't call off your attack on my family and stuff, I'm going to kill your daughter." And the dude knew he had his daughter in his possession in his household, but she was protected because the Vikings didn't kill each other's families.
Wow!
But she was protected, but he didn't believe it. Because he had the dude's daughter and son in his house when he attacked. So the guy says, "Listen, I'm gonna leave your son alone, but I'm gonna kill your daughter if your people attack my walls." So the dude didn't believe it. He says, "Man, there's no way. It's a total violation of Viking protocol."
Yeah.
So the dude got a little pig and brought it up to the tower wall and then gutted it, and you could hear the pig screaming. But baby pigs sound like humans screaming. So yeah, for real. So he did that, and the guy was convinced
that he killed.
Oh my God, you just killed my daughter, because there's blood everywhere, and he heard the scream.
Clever.
And only the soldiers on the tower wall knew that it was a pig. But they reacted too. They were looking and reacting too.
Wow,
oh my God! And everybody out there thought that, okay, we need to back up.
Yeah, he's killed
his son too.
Yeah.
Kill his son.
Shit,
too.
They're so close to us, aren't they?
Later on, they were cool when he gave the guys back his daughter.
Yeah, it's like I've not killed her.
Yeah,
that's a happy ending.
I was just telling you because the pig deal, pigs have been used as human substitutes for long things, and in cannibalism, in the old days, if you were a cannibal, if you ate human flesh, it was the euphemism was you ate long pig. It was called long pig.
Long pig.
Yeah, sometimes during dearths when there was no food around.
Yeah.
In Europe and stuff, it was said, hey, the only thing we got to eat right now is long pig, and it was well known at the time. They were talking about eating other people.
Yeah, strange meat.
Yeah,
strange meat. So I'm wondering with this image, do you think there's a chance that some of them might have been robots and that's not blood but transmission fluid? Because I can't imagine how you could just unplug your head and take it off. But that's a really interesting medieval image.
Well, I mean, I say this on my channel a lot. If anything is true today, then it was probably true of ancient times as well. So if we have technology today, then we're probably going to find evidence of technology in ancient times. But because the time from then to now is steeped in primitivism, these things get related to us in these comical pictures we're looking at now.
So there's a Yeti in this one.
There is a Yeti. Oh my God, it is a Yeti.
Yeah, I know. And there he is there on this this standard, this heraldry.
Crazy.
Seems to be standing in
the oldest figurine for a Yeti that I'm aware of is the Acambaro, Mexico. Figurines I showed in my video the other day.
Yeah.
That's the oldest figurine. But the oldest story and tradition for a Bigfoot is in the book of Jasher.
It's in the book, is it?
It's in the book of Jasher. It's a hero who is the descendant of Esau, slays a monster who is terrorizing the people of Italia, pre-Roman Italy, and it's killing their goats, and it lives in a cave, and it's a Bigfoot, and the hero Zepho goes in there and kills him, and later is awarded as military leader of the people.
Fucking hell!
It's in the book of Jasher.
Well, that I never knew. This is unusual. And you got 2 mummies, the rest are all lying dead, and then there's all these people going up again into some sort of other dimension thing going on.
Huh. It's like a rapture. It
is very much like a rapture.
It's like a rapture concept. And these naked people are souls. Here's their physical bodies.
Yeah. Okay, it is.
There are 4 dressed people on the ground and 4 people rising up into the air.
Oh yeah.
So, the 2 that are mummified,
they ain't going up.
They're not going up, and they were already dressed for death.
I think the 3 stones are probably significant to that. Oh, there's 4 actually.
Yeah.
So that's an unusual one. Again, with this really pasty whiteness going on, and hairless, no hair, strange,
Interesting.
And the one tit hanging out, the one jug hanging out. We've already established this is part of the ISIS.
That's a halftime concert.
Yeah,
one tit hanging out.
Yeah, exactly that. So very strange. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He's just, that's how they lived. They had visible bedrooms. He looks incredibly tall. He looks like he's popping in, say hi. Don't know what's going on. Again, same sort of image with this enclosure wall and all of these demons falling into this fiery pit. Out of these chairs. And everyone praying. Again, with this other dimension thing going on in the sky, and these people coming out of the water, which I often talk about, the information being in the water,
that's crazy.
Which is all about us. You just grab that information.
So hold on. There's a rip in the sky in that picture.
Yeah.
There's a friggin' rip in the sky, and people are looking down. This is what I say.
Yeah.
I say this is a construct, and humans are on the outside of the construct observing all these realities.
And I definitely think that's what's going on.
That are going on. Yeah. And that we are still a part of the social structure on the outside.
Yeah.
We agreed to this experience.
Yeah, I would say that's the case.
That picture conveys this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Pretty good.
It's not a window into heaven.
No,
it's a rip in
the sky.
Our world.
And there they all are looking down.
Yeah, man, that is awesome.
And here's a really good one. Here shows comets and shows the firmament and
interesting.
Well, it's the Christ figure, but yeah, it shows you it's a flat Earth. This one's got that orb, but this one's like fire. Blazing. This is actually early Ethiopian artwork. Okay. So it's African, but they're showing the Christian idea, but they again showing you this orb with flames coming out of it. And again with the cone heads, this one's got it's been a bit defaced over the years, but she's got a massive high hat with the lace hanging off it. I'm not sure what's going on with that wheel. She's literally put kids on there. The bottom one smacked his head on the floor. It's like literally,
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I think she's fucking things up. They had weed back in the medieval.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Look, check her out. Yeah,
at least among the elite.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, man.
That's proper evidence.
That is not Photoshop.
No, that's real. That's from a Renaissance picture. She's having a fatty. Yeah. No, it's not. It's been photoshopped, but it would be good.
You know what?
Okay. It's not real, but she got Rizzler in her belt as well, in case she has a Rizzler crisis. She's on the red Rizzler.
Right.
Yeah. So
I knew, because back then they were all smoking pipes.
Of course they were. And I found a couple of them clay pipes when I was working on archaeology. These are strange. These Venetian ladies from Venice, and they show you all their faces are all blacked out. You don't get to see who they are. Really unusual, like the Vestal Virgins in Rome,
right?
Which had a hard time keeping up with their name, apparently. couldn't live up to their name. So the Zimmer frames of old, they got like, this is a baby walker. Like they got baby walkers, they stick them in there and they walk around. So her heavenly baby walker. You haven't seen one of them before in your reality. Oh, the Krishna woman. So she's blindfolded, don't know why. She's come in to see some dude, and she's going like, because she's moving around so quick. Yeah.
So you think she's matrixing right there?
Well, she's lifting up her skirt.
Okay.
So, you know, she may be offering something, and she's blind anyway, maybe.
Okay.
And that's a trippy background going on. But yeah, she's got the many hams going on. It's open to interpretation. But
yeah, it's definitely open to interpretation.
yeah, that's high level weirdness. But this is why it's called medieval weirdness. Oh,
so what are you talking about? Are you talking about the pictures come from a document called Medieval Weirdness?
No. I just collected from some of my documents,
Okay.
odd pictures from different atlases and different illustrated books.
Fair enough.
What looks strange to me, like this one was Archangel Michael, okay, who's standing on a decrepit old man who's screaming. Is that nice? I don't know. No, it's not.
Okay, so
yeah, so it's just anything that's strange. There's Michael again. Also, Archangel Michael standing on another guy. You know, something going on with that. And there's this strange blue lady here, which looks like Mystique out of the X-Men. Can you see her naked in this blue thing?
Yeah,
really unusual. I haven't got to what that is yet, but yeah, Archangel Michael, who's supposed to be a custodian or looking after this place, apparently. But I think angels are demons and nothing more than electrical forces in the matrix, in the sim, if you like. So there's that ball again. Christ is riding it because it floats.
Okay, hey, this angel with the sword and the chalice.
Yeah.
Are we representing? Is this a representation of a new age taking over an older age, and that's why the old man is on the ground?
Oh yeah. That is really good. That could be exactly
because
what
he's pulling knowledge out of his mouth. If you go back 2 pictures,
yeah.
If you go back 2 pictures, you will see he's not just standing on top of the old man. He is extracting. He's extracting.
Yeah, and he looks grey and lifeless.
Look at his mouth. He's extracting knowledge.
Go back now. Yeah, it looks grey and lifeless.
Yeah. What's coming out the old man's mouth is a scroll up here.
Oh yeah.
Connected.
Oh yeah.
So he's pulling that. This is literally the change of age. Like in China, the mandate of heaven changes.
Yeah.
The young age takes over the old age.
That makes sense. Shit, I never thought that's really good. You got that fiery sword as well. You keep hearing a lot about that.
Yep. Fiery sword. Well, that's the same thing as the Adam and Eve reset.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The Adam and Eve reset. What does it say? A fiery flaming sword stopped Adam from going back into Eden.
Exactly that. Yeah. So, given to him by the angel Azazel.
There it is.
Yeah. So yeah, there's these seem to be in the mud here or what have you, or in the ground, maybe dug little pits, if you like. And they seem to be clergymen, naked. They're definitely keeping out of they're scared the shit of whatever's coming out of the sky, which is shown as a Christ thing, Christ entity. So that's it on the things. I got stacks and stacks of images, but can't present them all today. So
it's a lot.
It is a lot. So remember, guys, with Martin Liedtke, Jason Breashers coming to you in about 11 days' time, Houston, Texas. Don't miss it. This is the event of the year. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. Okay,
10 days.
guys?
Exactly.
10 days, exactly. So make sure to get your tickets in the descriptions box below. Make sure you press that start button and get there.
Well, if people show up late, we did say we're taking cash at the door.
Yeah, we did.
Because we do have room in the venue. We got a big venue.
Yeah. So that's sweet.
Because I don't want to make the same mistake I made. Mine was very successful. My very first meetup was successful on April 1st. 350 people came. Well, we could have had 500 in that room. Oh, man, we could have easily had that.
Yeah, easily. So how many people we got watching in? 1,100?
1,130.
Well, thank you all very, very much for, coming and keeping us company here today. It is very epic. I'm feeling fantastic about things because this information and what we've been doing this work here, it just feels like it's really important. It's got that, it's bigger than us feeling about it all, if you know what I mean. It is fantastic, guys. So I hope you're enjoying witnessing that because we're happy to share every single bit of this journey with you. I am. Cats, good to see you. Hooray. Esley, Monkey Sees and Monkey Does. Good one. And then you get the Holy See as well. There's a clue with that. Theorol, you too. Good to see you, lovely. And we got K's in the house. Hiya, love. That was fun. Oh, good. And there's Shiva, our precious Shiva Shampooich, and Greg Berry. Good to see you.
Shiva's universal.
He's omnipresent.
That man everywhere.
Don't he sleep? We're happy to have you. You make it all so special, Shiva. So, Misha and Debs is in the house. I've seen the other Debs there, my friend, as well. Pamela is here, the other Pamela. TW, thanks for your offer to come and go to meet you, TW. But I don't even think I'm in that state. I meant American state. I'm in the state, but not American state. To come and see you. So try and make the effort to come and hook up. It'd be really, really, really cool. Okay? That's 3 reallys. That makes it really cool. Alan Evans, good to see you. Derek Jones. And Desipi Sheikh, she's sharing my my PayPal there, which is really kind of her. She does awesome stuff for me. There's my bro, David. Hook up soon. I'll see you again one day very soon. I hope you don't fuck off abroad too soon. And I get a chance to see you again. And Andrea and the Trins before you go. Greg Berry, Christina. Good to see you, lovely. Okay, Goat Turquoise, White Horns. DJ, good to see you. Linda, love. Thank you. That was cool. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And we're going to be back very soon. I'm sure Jason has got a shit ton of interviews he's been doing. We were on Paranormies a couple of nights ago, talking about the American Civil War, all sorts of.
I put the link on my channel in the post.
I did too.
In the post.
So if you want to see that, it was well worth a listen. I listened to it last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, guys. You can find that linked on my community tab on my channel page, Paranormies, with Jason and myself, and it was really good. So if you want to listen to that for some extra stuff, there's George, my brother. Love you, George. Much love. Oh, some epic people in here. Crypto Gators in the house. Pamela Swan. Really, really warm towards Pamela Swan. She makes you feel all fuzzy and nice inside. Don't know what that is. Jen? Good, isn't it? Yeah, man. It's the love, man. It's the love thing.
Crazy.
Son of Overbrook. How many knives is Martin carrying? I only carry one. Okay, because everyone got guns here, so I have a knife, and I feel much better.
Oh man, I showed you some of my weapons collection yesterday.
Oh man, oh man. I was like, yeah, amazing crossbow.
I got pistol crossbow. I've got 2 huge heavy crossbows.
Oh, that spear. He's got like
I got military grade spears
and a proper sword.
Yeah, there are manufacturers now that are making the old weapons, but they're calling them home defense. But I actually have military grade spears that are awesome. I've got 3 of them, and a battle axe that's made just like the ancient battle axes. I've got pneumatic weapons, which are legal in Texas. I'm an ex-con. I can't have a normal automatic weapon, but you can't tell the difference. You sure don't want to get shot with the guns I got. They are pneumatic weapons. It takes cartridges of highly compressed air that shoots up to 357 rounds. Wow. And awesome. And it's absolutely legal. Here in Texas, almost everything's legal. So we got knives of all different sizes. I gifted him a knife.
Oh, it's the best knife.
He's got a real nice knife. He's going to be taking back to
well, I'm gonna have to probably send that home. I don't think I'm gonna get through customs.
I might have to mail it to him in a package or something.
But I'll send it to myself.
Yeah, you can send it to yourself.
I'll send American things to myself. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I showed him a crossbow that's got 425-pound tension. It is so powerful that it takes. You got to stand it on its end and crank it like the old British crossbows. Yeah. You literally have to crank it. There's no way to pull it back. Yeah.
It's like the Roman ballista bolt.
It's got a laser sight on it on the bottom, and it's got a scope on the top. Yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, man, bring it. Fucking hell. Yeah, get a kill on early, man. Fucking hell, get up early in the morning, go and they're dead already, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're dead already.
They're soggy.
There's no moral issue here. Oh, I even showed you my sword. Man, I got an awesome sword.
Honest, I'm in my element, guys. Yeah, man. These are all my favorite stuff. All in one place. Britain's fucking shit sorted out, Britain. Yeah, you got nothing cool going on.
Bad Fish Bear says, is weed illegal in Texas?
I don't know.
Man, I don't know, man. We're not going to talk about it in the Archaix studio.
Anyway, no, it's not. It's I smoke cigarettes. I'm on Marlboro.
Yeah, that's all cigarette smoke. You see.
So what are you trying to say? Anyway, yeah, I'm on a Marlboro. So I can do a 1980s Marlboro advert. Yeah, we'll do that later. I'll post it to you. No, not really. So we got NA Literalist and Kat is in the house. So thank you so many people for watching. I'm not sure of the day of the week it actually is. What day is it today? Do you know any idea?
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Wow, that many people on a Wednesday. Wow, that is fantastic. So yeah, Funky Prepper, email me, martinliedtke7@gmail.com. We'll hook up. And martinliedtke7@gmail.com. Generally, if you want any information or any advice about the meat. Okay, but there is a meeting page on the website for any questions about that. So it's David, Brian. Hiya, Brian, back in. And Pamela's linking up for me. She's lovely.
Chrissy Sakula. Oh, hey, that's a friend of mine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Victoria Z. Isn't she, didn't you say she was your mod, Victoria Z, and she's from Cardiff?
Victoria Z is, yes.
Fucking hell, Vic.
I've had a mod in Cardiff all this time. Victoria Z is a staunch supporter of Archaix for a long time. She's been with me when I was just starting out.
Fucking hell, Vic. What's the chances? I haven't hardly meet anyone in the Truver community from Cardiff. Hardly anyone.
That's crazy. You know what? And she'll even tell you. I mean, we started off rough. Because she asked me 101 questions. I'm like, just watch the videos, read the PDFs, order my published books. Man, she would just needle me.
Yeah, but you can't do people's research for them, Jason.
So, but she asked really high quality questions, so I started entertaining them and answering them. And then I spent a lot of time in the comment section answering her emails. Then I turned around and said, you know what? Make her a mod. That's it. Make her a mod.
Fair enough. That makes sense. I do something like that. You're always thinking about other people, Jason. It's fucking people that have got no idea.
Man, you can't spread that rumor, man.
All right.
I got an image. I got an image to uphold. I got an image to uphold. Man.
All right, yeah, you have. All right. I get that. Gracie, good to see you. Square Peg. Funky Prepper. I'm going to write a song about you, Funky Prepper, and your name's going to be in it because it feels like I should write a song about your name. Funky Prepper. Funky Prepper. Yeah. Funky Prepper.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Funky Prepper. Okay.
Yeah, I was on with him about 2 months ago. We're going to do another show. I just haven't scheduled it yet.
All right, fair enough. Cool.
You need to get on with him, man.
I do.
He's right there in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, exactly. I never knew about him. I've heard of him, like Funky Prepper. It's like I didn't even know he was a Brit. I thought he was American. So, and there's lovely India. All right, then I'm going to cut out now, guys. It's been a long day. Jason just done a live feed before he came into the studio. Yeah, very kindly.
Hey, Karma Doc. Oi.
Square Peg Detergent. Good to see you, man. Steve Rods is in the house. So thank you, everybody. If I have missed your name and shouted, big universal love to you all. Okay, guys. There's Dragon Sage in the house. Okay, I hate to miss people out. Adrian, Esley. Thank you so much for popping by, bringing the love and the higher vibration and the juicier information. Okay, because this is where it is at. Okay, Archaix, get over there, guys. Get over there and check out. It's a massive amount of information. You wouldn't even believe the research has been done. You lose your head like that. It's like, how the fuck? From my perspective. Because this is my field, isn't it? It's like, yeah. Ting Ting Shiny, love you, Ting Ting. Okay, then.
Send me that email, Otto.
Yeah, Campbell. Let's get Campbell.
I thought he was gone. He's still in the chat.
Okay. Billy Watson TV, good to see you. Shiva Shampoo he's talking to. Okay, we're going to cut out now. So thank you, everybody. Make sure to share this out if you can. Get over to Jason's channel. Check out all of the juicage.
The Paranormies link is in my post, Monica. Monica's asking for the link to the
okay. I will add it below in the descriptions blocks. After this feed, because I need to add all my. Basically, I didn't do it earlier because I lost my ability to. JC, good to see you. Billy and JG. Okay, then we're going to cut out. Thank you all. Boom Shanka. May the seeds of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly of your woman, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. So that leaves just about anything really. So that's great. So
wow.
I know. It's Kadian. Hilarious. Well, glad you feel the vibes, the happy vibes that we bring. Okay. And the overstanding. Okay. Squirrel Sniper. That point was called split patrolling because he does that for me, making sure everybody's 420 and happy. He's really good. The Saxon. Okay. Face. Don't know what that means. Okay. Jelshi, okay, that's the last one for the day. Now I'm going to be back in a few days or so, catch up on everything. Is there anything super interesting? I will record. I will share with you on my community tab. Anywhere I go, I'm going to share it all with you. So thank you, Jason, for letting me, Flat Earth British, use your cool studio.
Yeah, man, we got a couple more videos to do in here.
Epic. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Something a bit different, isn't it? Flat Earth British, from Texas, from Houston, no less. Okay, how fantastic is that? We fucking know it. Double flat thumbs to infinity, thrice. Have a great rest of the week and have a great life, and everything is super fantastic.
Laters. Laters.
Alligators at the wild crocodile.